over here with the Dharmic Killers versus Boony Gang. Oh, I don't have a cool layout. I'm sorry, guys. So we're just gonna watch the regular Smite Spectator. But yeah. First, it's a Sobek ban, which is honestly, I think I know someone who's gonna be really happy with that. I know May is a big fan of Sobek, but he's not even in this game. Guan ban's pretty standard. I'm kind of wondering if, because last week we saw Davies pull up the rat mid against Kepli Suns. He kind of rolled us over with that. He might keep trying to pick these assassin-y type mids. Like, not even assassins, like even on the Morrigan. It really fits his play style. And they actually did just ban the Morrigan, so they recognize that. But, I don't know. By the way, I suck at casting, so if anyone wants to join me, just let me know, because I really don't care. And a Persephone ban as well. Oh. Oh, the set got through. I wonder... Ooh. That could be a set jungle. That could be a set solo. That could be a set mid. And now they pick Scylla as well. Not sure if he'll play Assassin's Mid against any. I mean, he might. This set, I think he would play against any. Set has so much pressure in mid. It's just something really easy to W key on. But, yeah, maybe he won't. We'll see with these next couple picks what's going on. But yeah, Set and Scylla both made it through. They're taking the Ganesh away from I'm Already Mad, who has shown that she can play it very well. Yeah, makes sense. They're taking a long time to think about these next couple picks. I think against a Ganesh Scylla. Because Ganesh has a great peel, Scylla has so much damage. I actually think if Set jumps on Scylla, if Ganesh is around, I don't think Set can kill. So they already have a really great anti-Set. Let me mute this. Capri and Rat. Oh man. Yeah, that could be another Rat mid. But the dive already with Capri, they're just going to be able to dive onto Boony Gang's comp and just absolutely do whatever they want, and then if they end up making a mistake and dying, Capri can revive them and bring them back. Yeah, this is already looking very scary for Boony Gang. Pick the Achilles. I feel like that should be an Achilles solo. However, it could be Achilles jungle. They might be trying to go like for a bit more of a tankier comp, since Dharmic Killers are going for so much dive. Fenrir Band coming out. That's a good one. While this is going on, I'm going to put these up here. I think that'll fit there. Yanis band coming out, Cupid. Not really any bands that are shocking me. I guess maybe the Fenrir, actually. It's usually not a big ban. Alright, let's hide those. Jing Wei. That's a very safe pick. However, I think even with how safe Jing Wei is, with a Set and a Ratatosker, I think they'll do like something where Set will dive in, get the Jing Wei escapes or beads or ult, and then Ratatosker can ult and catch him. And by then he won't have anything to get away with. And the Kabrakan, I mean, this is a... If they pick the Kabrakan, I think they will. Oh no, they won't. They will. They ran back Ratatosker Kabrakan last week, and it was very difficult to deal with. Jingwei, let's see. AC favors Boony. Who we got? Chino versus Raptor. I think, yeah. On the Jingwei, I don't think Raptor is going to be getting any solo kills onto Chino. Mid, Rat versus Scylla. Or wait. Oh, it's Set versus Scylla. I think if Set gets an early kill, early lead, I think that mid matchup is over, which is really going to be unfortunate for them. Oh, that's fun. I hate this game. stream started. Let's see. It's been a while since I've done this. Sludging away. Pogboom. Okay. Then we got. That looks alright, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Alright. Got 0. 4. 7.
Minions have spawned.
Oh, damn. 8. Oh, it is lined up. Okay. Sweet. Sorry about that. Once again, I don't have a cool layout. You'll have to just live with the default. Alright, XP needed. There we go. Just watch dual lane here, although I am... Oh god, what have I done? There we go, M. Alright. Curious about mid lane. Whether this Sutton rat will be able to get an early kill. Cruz has been known for his rat in the past, so this will be interesting to see. Interesting to see if, like, he was more comfortable on rat than Set, because we all know Davies is very comfortable on the rat. Boony already down to about half health, but he's healing up with pots. Classic Bracken, a pure Trout start, probably gonna have the purple boots, same stuff. Jingwei and Ganesh actually getting a lot of pressure against Khepri and Hachi. Actually interesting to also see the Bluestone Slur from Set. That probably helps a lot with early clear, I presume. Looks like Cruz might be looking for a blue buff invade here. He's a bit early. Just kind of looking for some back camps. About quarter health. I don't think he knows rat is there. I'd be trying to bait him in right now. It's his dash down. That's close, but it looks like Cruz is waiting on the blue buff. Shy is all the way at the red, along with enemy. So they went for the red first, but they're gonna possibly give up their blue for this. Shy is on his way though. They secure the blue. Bit of a slow start. With these comps, I kind of predicted, or not predicted, I like kind of thought that early game we would see like a blink initiate in mid or blink initiate in other places, but it looks like Destiny will get the ult and Tremor, Boony all the way down with Bracken. And that's the first blood solo kill. I always love to see those. Also interesting to see that Chino might be building maybe an Ichval first item? I wonder what he's going. The usual path right now is like what Raptor's doing. As we see that, oh fuck me. I mean, bad word. I didn't say it. Turn myself up. Got it. I've been turned up. So, the traditional star right now, because of Zapman, is like the Death Toll Berserkers. But it looks like Chino might be going for Ichabod first. I wonder how that'll work out, if he plans to brawl a lot more. There aren't really any leads anywhere besides solo lane. Looks like Destiny used his ult again, but he was able to survive this time. They're gonna look for another blue invade. We've got Davies running in mid. They're just gonna control the whole right side of this jungle. Yeah, 3-man grouping on the blue. They might want to fight here. They've got Scylla. A little bit of poke, but at the end of the day, they're just gonna get out. Might be looking to jump on Hunbots here too. Ooh, the Hunbot's all coming out. I didn't actually notice if he got those XP camps or not. I really don't know if that was worth, without another person there, that ult's kind of wasted. I don't think an ult is worth the side camps. Ooh, set getting low. Got that Kepri shield though. Destiny has his ult back up. He might be looking to do that again. Oh, he's got Cruz behind him as well. Yeah, he's definitely looking to do something here. Nice ult. Achilles is gonna ult out though? No, he didn't make it. Damn. That is a very good gank by Cruz. They're really trying to shut down the solo lane. I don't think Boomy's gotten a blue buff since the first minute. But I think they really should turn their attention towards the mid lane. Boomy's behind by 2 levels. Destiny's really going to be able to bully him now, but the Scylla has been kind of keeping up with the set, and that's not what you want to happen. Speaking of, the set is going to finish off what is probably going to be a Bloodforge or Soul Eater before finishing his trans. It's an interesting start. Or maybe it'll be a Heartseeker, actually. So many options. Yep, and they're going to group around this blue buff again. Scylla's trying to rush over, but the blue buff's already gone. Ooh, they're jumping on Rat here. Nothing coming of it, though. That's a Ganesh ult down. Nothing else, though. Meanwhile, dual lane. Tino still hasn't finished that second item, so I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. He's got a little bit of a lead. Yeah, I'm honestly very surprised that neither teams are really focusing mid. I think mid is the strong set for both these teams, and they're just kind of chilling with each other. But as I say that, Kepri gets jumped on. Oh my goodness. Oh, he gets the ult out though. Scylla ult coming out. Set's jumping back in. That was a very good Kepri ult. I think they should have bursted him down and then oh, good Ganesh silence. Oh, but even better beads. Very good by Davies. Looks like Rat's going on the back. Nope. Oh, he jumps on Jingwei. They're gonna look for a red buff invade here. Humbat's already used everything. They used Secure it, but Rat's jumping on Jingwei. Another Ganesh ult. That was very good. Seth's just running in though. Yeah, they finish off Hunbats. I don't think they got the red though. I think Boony Gang were able to secure it with a Ganesh 1. Easy Scorpion here though. And Destiny's just running at them. Almost getting the kill on Ganesh. Takes the speed. He's got a bunch of people here though. Pops his beads. If he gets an execute range, oh, there's no way he makes it out of here. Oh my goodness. He makes it a 1-for-1 though. Oh man. And now Set's here too. This could be a kill on Set though? Nope. Rat comes to save him. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. Ah. Alright, sorry about that. I think if they wouldn't have rotated on Destiny, he would have definitely killed Ganesh and probably got out alive. He went the Celestial Legion Helm too. That is going to be rough for them to deal with, and he's probably going to go Voidstone or Stone of Binding here. He's going to be erasing everyone he goes up against. Set start attacking the Soul Eater. Scylla still hasn't finished her first item. Let's see, where is Golden Hand? Scylla. Oh, she just finished. Okay, so she goes Divine. I think that's a good call. Probably gonna go Deso next then. With Gold Fury up, I think we might see Cabrakan try and rotate over here. I think if Cabrakan rotates, yep, he's backing. If he rotates into Gold Fury, I think that's an easy team fight and easy gold pickup for Dharmic killers. Already moving towards it. They have a ward on them. Red team doing very good about placing wards in mid. But I don't know. I can't tell if that's a red ward on there or if that's a blue ward. Interesting. Kraken is here. They're going to be looking to take this Gold Fury. Scylla coming up. They want to... Oh, they're going to make a trap for them. They're kind of lost on who they're trying to commit on, but they actually don't get the Ganesh. So it's Cabrakan all down and Ganesh all down. Ganesh still has Shell. Rat's got Blink up in a couple seconds. They're coming around the back, though. They're going to try and steal this? Oh, but they see them on a ward. Trying to get a good view of this. This is a very important fight. If Boony Gang can pull this off, then they can get gold and they can catch up. They're only 2k behind. Actually, only about like 1300 behind. So, oh, they started up gold again though. Sorry. Right, doing a very good job zoning, but he's already at half. Combat's blinks on the back. Ooh. Blink on the back. Oh, Rat's gonna get away with no HP. Set might die here too. Good Kepriel. Trying to catch all this. Kepri's down. Hachiman should be down here. I think Boony Gang did exactly what they should have. They're gonna get Gold Fury off this. Yeah, Cassette can't come back in and he's not gonna get back in time. That's a Gold Fury for Boony Gang. They're gonna be able to catch back up with that. Possibly get a little bit of a lead. Very good fight. I think Rat and Set both kind of went all in on the backline, but they got blown up by Scylla before being able to kill her. And very good team fight overall. The Kepriel landed, but I don't think it was used. I think if Kepriel is used on Rat instead of Set there, I think that could have been a turnaround. Very good type by Boony Gang. They find themselves up almost about 1,000 gold. Also, I'd like to point out that Chino did finish Ikeval and is now 3 levels ahead. He's the highest level in the game. I think either... I actually didn't notice if before the fight it was like that, but definitely after the fight, Chino made a big difference there. And let's see, player damage. So at the top, Kraken right there with her. I mean, that's been the story of this game. Another Hanbat ult, just to kind of ward away the enemy. Looks like they're gonna go for a Scorpion. Dharmic definitely not deterred by that last team fight. I think they know their mistakes, and... Did Scylla steal that? No, Scylla didn't steal that, okay. But, yeah, I think they'll be able to recognize their mistakes and hopefully get a better structured team fight next time. It does look like Bracken will be going into that Void Stone, which I think is kind of necessary, kind of also not necessary. It'll help him for damage, but since the rest of his team's core damage is all physical, it really only helps him. I think if you wanted to go a magic defense item, you probably could have gone, what's it called? I think it's Relic. I don't know what it's called. But there's like a magical defense that reduces the magical power of enemies near you. And I think that would be very good for diving the Scylla. Kind of negate her damage. Even if you're not killing her, you're preventing her from doing a lot more damage than she normally would. But the Void Stone will let him just run at them and try and get a one-shot combo on someone. They're gonna pull, what's it called? Pyromancer. Ganesh is probably gonna try and steal with his ult, but they leash it. Hanbat's blinks in, gets the ult off. Dharmic does manage to somehow secure that. Looked very iffy. Set just diving. Hanbat's on his own. Rat's about to hop in as well. And they... Once again, Rat almost gets low here. I am horrible at the camera. Scylla ult did connect there. I think that's what helped kill Khepri. And they're going to keep aggressing on this. They want these Scylla dashes in. They can't go Fire Giant here, I don't think. I don't think Achilles is tanky enough. Set's just trying to do set things. Unfortunate that they can't really do anything off that fight. And all the lanes are pushed up. They can't really get a tower either. They actually might lose their right tower. Only physicals? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Void Stone is fine then. But going Soul Gem, or if that might be Pythags, I think that's a bit much. Might be able to go a bit more of I guess tanky build. Like, he's going hybrid, obviously. But I don't know if he has enough tank yet to get the Soul Gem or Pythags. I think a Pythags would be better. But with Soul Gem, he's got power, power. Soul Gem's gonna give him more power. The Soul Gem proc will be quite a bit. Looks like Dharmic is gonna try and get their buffs, protect that left tower, and they should start grouping up for a fight to get Fire Giant. I think, well, they probably want the Gold Fury. I think that whichever team goes for the Gold Fury might be in a losing situation, because if I'm either team right now, if I see the other team go for Gold Fury, I would just W key that Fire Giant. I'd be willing to give up an Oni Fury for Fire Giant at this point in the game. But it looks like they're grouped up at Oni, and Boony are deciding to defend it. They do have that ward there, the Oracles. Kraken's kind of by himself here, he could be caught out. Chino's coming back. I think once Chino joins the fight, it's going to be very heavy damage from this Jingwei. He's got Odibo, he's got Kin Size. And Ichabod. Very interesting build. I kind of like it. Set did go with that Heartseeker. What's the golden hand again? That one? Set could get another T2 item with his 1800 gold that he has, but I don't think he wants to back before this fight. Both teams are just kind of playing their ward game. As soon as someone's out of position, I think they're going to jump on him. The oracles are down. Dharmic might look to start up this and leash it. Jingwei's backing. I wonder if they know. Oh no, he's not backing. Both teams kind of backing up, but like also keeping an eye on the Gold Fury. Neither of them have wards on it. Boony Gang only has one ward in their inventory. Dharmic only has two. Looks like Boony Gang did get a sentry on there. Both teams being very careful. I think they both recognize that one mistake can lead to a snowball team fight. Kabrakan backing. Khepri backing. It looks like both teams are just gonna look for a fight elsewhere. Very surprising. Maybe look towards Pyro, a smaller objective that doesn't matter as much. Try and bait a fight off that. What is it? F? No, it's not F. R. There it is. I'm learning things. I might look to try and pick off Pet Khepri, but he's pretty tanky. Oh, the Talisman of Energy. I love it. Boony Gang once again able to secure the oracles here. Do have a sentry on it, but that oracle ward is going to be very useful for Boony Gang. Why is my mouse visible? Let me get a better view. Set's looking to go on the backline here. Kraken blinks in. Beautiful Ganesh silence. Rat's gonna jump in as well. They're looking to go on this Jingwei. He's huge. Huge Silo. Let me get in here. Execute coming out from Boomy. He's going for the Kabrakan as well. This should be a cleanup. Nice. Oh, they're gonna jump on Set too. Rat limping away. Hachiman should die here. Once again, Dharmic is really struggling to get these team fights on the Gold Fury. Nice speeds. Ooh, Rat coming in to turn around. Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful by Rat. Ooh, they could chase this, but it'd be very risky. Such a good fight by both teams. I think Dharmic Killers recognized that Jingwei is one of the big problems in these team fights, and they took her away. However, they got absolutely destroyed by a massive Scylla ultimate. I think he had 2 or 3 people. I think the Scylla might be the biggest priority now, because even if you kill that Jingwei, actually, if you don't kill the Jingwei, she's not going to be able to get off as much damage in such a short amount of time as Scylla can. So what happened in that fight kind of was they went on Jingwei, and then Scylla just hit her 2, hit her ult, one-shot half the team in a matter of seconds. And Jingwei just can't do that. If they kill Scylla first there, that won't happen. And if I sound stupid, I probably am. They're gonna pull Fire Giant though. They have wards, they know there's people in left. Boony Gang's trying to come over. Pick off Sad. Ooh, they really needed that kill. If Hunbats gets away here. Alright, he's cleaning up. Rat might get jumped on though. They keep leashing this. They're doing really good at this. Oh, beautiful Scylla ult. He's looking for another Uncle Bracken. Yeah. This Scylla is running these team fights. They definitely can go fire here. They're gonna get pyro to be safe. Probably to bait them back in. Let me see the fight. No MVP. Scylla dashing in. I did not catch that, I'm sorry. Looks like she went in on Kepri. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go for fire there. I think if they go for fire, they just jump on anyone who walks in the pit and kill them. I don't think anyone does enough burst that was alive to hurt them. But nothing wrong with going for a safe Boony Fury play. But they really want to start up this fire. They want to counter engage. Set's going to start it. Hachi's on his way. Very good call. Do they have a ward? I can't tell if that's a blue ward or a red ward. Probably blue. Hanbats is in the area, but I don't think he has a clue. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Hachiman getting close. That death to the Fire Giant is not good. They need Set for these fights. Even with Fire Giant, I think without Set, I don't think they win a fight. Especially since Set is very needed to shut down that Scylla. Oni waves coming in. I don't think any tower. The left tower might be in danger. Scylla's pushing that wave. But they got the FG, but since they don't have Set, they just kind of have to be defensive here. Scylla's just pushing left all on her own. That might be a dead tower. Nah, Hachi's got it. What do we got? Golden Hand. Scylla's got 3k gold. She's gonna back and get a ton of damage. She's already almost doubling the top of the damage charts. Definitely a huge factor in these team fights. Even if Dharmic pulls this off and wins this, I don't think enemy is going to get to play Scylla a second game. Just too strong. Ganesh ult on the Hachiman. Ooh, and the Hanbat's ult. That was beautiful. Kepri might have to ult himself here, but he's just going to get executed. Oh, it misses. I think that was just barely out of range. Yeah, he's going to die back here. They're going to dive onto Set as well. That was a beautiful engage by the Ganesh and the Hanbats. And they are going to take this 2-2 tower and probably clean up the other 2-2s. I think with Bracken back up and joining the fight, I don't know how well they do in these Phoenix fights. They're gonna try it. They pop a frenzy. Bracken's going in the Jing way, but gets silenced. Oh my goodness. Still almost one-shots the rat. No, and Achilles gonna chase him down. Let me change. Set trying to 1v4. Cruz does get picked up by Boony. Set. Oh, they pop the shell. Oh, he does get. Okay, nice. I can't. Meanwhile, while we were watching that, Hachiman almost gets killed by Achilles. But I think Shy might have tried to go option and got caught up by Set. I don't know. Boony Gang are having such good team fights. They're really playing around this Scylla, and it's doing so good. I think, Liam, I think Set's had like one of his doubles back there, and when he just used it randomly, it must have went the right way, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't watching. I'm bad at the camera. Yeah, Bluestone or Minion. Oh, Bluestone, yeah. Dharmic is playing like a really heavy dive comp, but in these last couple fights, the Ganesh and the Hunbats are the ones initiating, and they're getting kills on like Hachi, and I think they also got Kabrakan or Rat with those. I don't know, but like their initiation is a lot better than Dharmic's right now. Oni Fury coming up in a couple seconds, 20 seconds ish. Probably gonna fight over Oni Fury. Whoever wins that's gonna go over to Fire. If it's a clean fight. And with mid lane open like this, if Boony Gang gets a deicide, I think they just win the game. That Chino build is disgusting. I hate it. He's just a tank buster and he'll just shred any squishy. Yeah, you're right. With all damage, I mean, he's got the set lifesteal, he's got the Soul Eater, but I honestly think the Pestilence from Achilles, the Divine from Scylla are enough. And also, Shy has a Brawlers. He built that pretty late. But, like, they have anti-heal for him, so he can't use that normal set lifesteal to just kind of live. If he goes, like, Shifters or even Berserkers, in replace of, say, Erendite, I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. But they're just gonna keep diving over here. Looking for a blink ult, there it is. Oh, that Scylla does so much damage. Beautiful Scylla ult. Now they're just running away. I was talking and I didn't hear, or didn't see what's going on the map. But I was saying, if he replaces probably Erendite or Jotuns with the Shifters, I think Set makes a lot more impact. Selling Bluestone for a Crusher. They looking like they're trying to end. Might be able to stop him. Achilles is already pretty low. Set's trying to go into the back. He gets silenced by Ganesh though. Rat jumps in, going on the Scylla. Set does pick off Shy in the back and Rat lives. This is an unsuccessful attempt to end. And Hachiman's coming in too. They grab the Jingwei. Beautiful Kepri pluck. I think Dharmic has to grab FG. Actually, they have to save their Phoenix first, but Scylla will be back up if they try FG. But Sets has to back too, probably. It'd be a risky EFG call. Maybe just get all the lanes pushed up, get some pressure for the next FG fight. Oni's also up. Not Oni, Primal. Get some deep wards. Yep, there you go. They are gonna go for this. I like this call, it's risky, but yeah, Ganesh is already here. Scylla's on their way with ult. She has to get here soon though. Scylla's there. Scylla's looking to steal it with her ult. Oh my goodness. Scylla really low. Achilles is trying to keep this up, but no one's around. I'm very surprised. Oh, beautiful Scylla damage. Scylla's really low, but she's still able to make impact. Boony doing, honestly, really great with this Achilles. And they pause. I love pauses. Let's, while we're doing this, move this down. Move this down. And move this down.
cares about bans? Alright. I should have done that way earlier. I wonder what they're pausing for. Stop opening that. Oh. Looks like I'm already mad. Smite did crash. Looks like they paused quickly though. If we look at this, the set is currently on the Jingwei, and Jingwei looks like she's ulting. I can't tell if she's ulting. I can't tell what's going on at all. This is just chaos. Oh, we're back. And Set's just gonna run away. Meanwhile, Achilles running down Hachi. I think Set might try and jump on Achilles here. Nope, he tries to run away. And they do start up. Achilles might die here, but they have started up EFG. Achilles will die. They've got waves coming down right. Oh, and they just jump right off with Set coming in. Rat's ulting. Possibly looking for nothing. Bait Crusher wasn't the play. Like you mentioned earlier, or Vacus mentioned earlier, that you need more tank against this comp, and Crusher is not more tank. I think one of the upgraded bluestones possibly gives a bit more tankiness. I'm not sure which one. I might be completely wrong. But anything is better than Crusher. Shifter Shield, Void Stone, not Void Stone, Void Shield. What other tank do we have? I'm a magical item noob, I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, any form of defense I think would be better. Also, I haven't seen, surprisingly, much impact from the Kabrakan ults in these past couple fights. As Jingwei and Scylla are going to take the Primal Fury. This actually helps out big time with the EFG, how much damage they're going to do to it. So, yeah, and Dharmic just walks away from that. They're trying to look for a pick when they come over, but Hanbats is the only one there. I think whoever wins this next team fight, I don't even know if anyone's going to get EFG, because no one's going to be able to just take EFG and not have a fight, so there's going to be a fight around here. Whoever wins it probably wins the game. Even if Dharmic Killers wins it, like, they have some tier 2 towers up that they need to take, but the it's this late in the game, I don't think that stops them from winning the game. Ganesh really up far by himself right now. Where is he? There he is. Now he's got friends. Look at all those wards. That is beautiful. Set trying to get vision. He can use that for vision on the FG actually. That's really smart. Ganesh kind of far up. Not gonna get caught out though. Very grouped up. They're very scared to start the FG though. Capri just putting a ward there. Did he just pop Frenzy? Ooh, that's a misclick. That is rough. That's their Frenzy gone. Ganesh looking to initiate this. Achilles hops in. Hachi's low. Cavern's over there. That's Blink down on Achilles. That's ults off of Ganesh. The used a lot for nothing there. But they should start up this FG. Yep, they will. Jingwei doesn't have any lifesteal besides Death's Temper. Ooh, Kabraken's coming around the back. Beautiful Hunbat's ult, honestly. That was so good. I think if he doesn't get knocked up by Jingwei there, he might actually be dead. Set playing very far forward. They might jump onto Hachi? Nope. Both teams just looking for that one pick that can change the fight. And neither of them are getting lucky. Ooh, set someone on Hunbats? Nothing much. Ganesh is here to help. They're gonna be able to catch him though. Soul's alone. I feel like Dharmic is a lot more split up right now than Boony is. Boony's kind of staying as a team, so they can't get picked off. I don't think they should keep dancing like this and looking for a pick. They're just gonna let Dharmic Killers getting more farm and finish up their builds, get more wards. They are gonna start this. But like, they just need to start EFG, force a fight if you want to fight. They're just kind of running at them right now, and they just keep kind of waddling back to their towers and stuff. And I think they just need to start EFG, force them to come up and fight you. I'm horrible at this. Just gonna kind of back off. They have spent, I think, 3 minutes around the CFG doing nothing. Like, Oni Fury is gonna respawn. By the way, how do I get those timers up? Objectives? There we go. Don't know a Gold Fury timer, but that's alright. Am I watching the game? Charles, I'm casting the game. God damn it. Darn it. Whoops. Okay. Beads off of Hachi, that's a really good pickup. Set's gonna come around the backline though, he's going for Scylla. He might get it. Oh, he gets the kill. That's so big. They're gonna Capri revive him. This is a huge fight for Dharmic. Kabraken's just doing tremors. They're running in. They've gotten rid of the Scylla, and that's what they needed. That was a huge fight. And that's EFG. I think they can use that to sweep tier 2s or possibly go for a Phoenix because they've got 50 seconds without Hunbats or Scylla. And I'm horrible at using the camera. It looks like Jingwei wanted to start up the the Gold Fury, but decided against it. What are they pinging? I think they're pinging wards while Set tries to kill Jingwei unsuccessfully. He's kind of staying around though. Also notable pickup is Ganesh has Spectral Armor, which is good against the Hachi man, who decided to go Rage and what's that item called? Wind Demon. Is this buffed? Was the 40%? Yeah, I think that's the buffed version. So he doesn't really take much damage because Hachi, he's got Pen and Berserkers, he's got Pen and Kin Size with the passive, and that's about Yeah, he does not do a lot of damage to Ganesh, I don't think. They're pushing down right. It looks like they might split towards mid. They're trying to do like a 2-lane push here. They might just back off, go tier 2 left, yeah, that's what they're pinging. And then go for fire, or, oh my gosh, go for gold tree. Look at all those wards though. They used all their wards on this side because they thought they were gonna dive it, but now they're going on left side. They don't have any wards left. Unless tries to go in the back line unsuccessfully. Hachiman getting jumped on. Scylla ult barely off the mark. Achilles is gonna run him down though. Beautiful Hunbat's ult. Might get the set as well. Oh, they're on the run. That was a huge fight. Oh my goodness, that was such a big fight. This might be the game. That Hunbat's ult combined with Achilles was so good. Rat's the only one left. He does have ult and EFG, but I don't think he can stop this. Why can't there we go. I think that, yeah, they're going to end. They need to get this Phoenix though. There we are. This should be a GG for Boony gang. That was such a good fight. Rat's gonna try and make something happen. Punching Way who beats a little off the mark, but what a good play. It's still game, but saving that KD. Yeah, Boomy did so well. And that is game 1 for Boony gang. Look at him go. Alright. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Let's look at numbers. Scylla, very huge part of that game. I don't think he's getting that game too. And then, honestly, the Achilles on Boomy was so good. I'm not even lying. In the late game fights, he was just bullying their Hachi and running at him, getting the execute off with the Hunbat's ult. But I think like, everyone did so well. I think that Scylla and Achilles are the top 2. Ganesh would be next with those initiates with his ult. But honestly, great game by everyone. Everyone had a good amount of wards as well. You kind of see where a couple of people on, well, I guess most of them had good wards. Pretty much about the same. But I think the thing that edged it out was just the turn and burn with the Scylla and Achilles. I think the Kabrakan really fell off late game. The set tried to get those picks, but they were really good at just evading him. Alright. I'll leave this up for a bit longer, but I'm going to stop talking, because I don't know what to say. Alright, we're back in the game. I am so happy that it's being played tonight, though.
What's up?
We're back in the game, and we're being streamed right now, by the way.
Alrighty. So I won't say any naughty words.
I already did say some, you're fine. Okay.
How dare.
I know, I'm so sorry. Subic ban again, Guan ban again. I better see Scylla and Set banned, because...
Yeah, not banning Set was kind of a weird idea to me. Because basically every team, whether you're first or second ban, is banning Set. Just because it's such a powerful pick.
Yeah.
But I think they forced it. They forced it on that second team to ban it. That's a good play.
They still probably could have waited till third one, but...
Yeah,
I think if they don't ban Scylla here, I think Dharmic might look to take it away with their first pick.
Do you think they play Scylla, or do you think they do more assassin mids? Or did they just do that because Set was open?
I think they just did that because Set was open. But, like... I think, like, if they don't take away the Scylla, that's just... rough.
Yeah. Honestly, even with the nerfs were just like minor scaling nerfs, I think, to get her back to parity with some of those other mid laners, right?
She's still super good, though, and he proved that he knows how to play her.
Oh, yeah.
Morrigan, and they do pick the Scylla away. Well, not yet. Yep, Scylla's gone.
What's the reason for the Morrigan ban?
I think because Davies likes to play those assassin-type characters. I mean, when he faced us, he certainly knew how to play it very well.
Yeah.
And he probably... I've never seen Davies play other than QSL, but he might have been playing like Morrigan jungle too as well. Like that might be one of his main picks.
True.
They pick up the
And it just gives him access to those assassins as well. Like if Cruz decides to go rat again or something.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that could be pretty risky. Well, we do see the Ganesh coming out. Ganesh has kind of risen in popularity since the start of Season 8. Why is that?
I think he just does so well with... So, like, the new Sentinels, I think it's Sentinels Embrace. Along with that, and, like, if he goes to Aurabot build, where he can just fight with his team and buff all of them and just have such a tanky team, along with the fact that his silence gives them more protections. He's really good at anti-dive. He's just a very protective support. And so is Gab.
Right. Yeah, two very similar supports in what they do. Massive teamfight ultimates as well, right? In addition to this Cupid Scylla combo, I think they've got plenty of circles on the blue side.
Coda also mentioned Ganesh counters a lot of top meta picks right now as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. Scylla Dash would be a good one. A 2-stage escape. It's one to easily bait out in silence. You see a rat band coming through. Cruz special right there. Forcing him onto something maybe a bit less comfortable. But what do you think he plays besides rat if it's taken away from him in this game?
We've seen him on the Erlong and the Osiris, and I think he looked really strong on those. I think if they stick to how they played in Game 1, which was like very heavy dive, but sometimes because of the turn and burn, Cruz wouldn't make it out alive, or Davies would make it out alive. But if he goes like the Osiris or Erlong, he'll be a lot more hybrid and probably still do a similar amount of damage.
Right. I do think warriors into the Ganesh Ymir style of picks can be a bit difficult in terms of diving, especially with this Yanis, but what do you think about going into the on-her pick? Do you think warriors have a decent time diving the on-her, or is he still pretty slippery like this Yanis Ganesh combo?
I don't think on-her is extremely slippery unless you're able to impale and jump away like every time.
Right.
I couldn't do that earlier today, and I was just getting dove by Camazotz, and I could not get away from a Camazotz, but he has a lot more movement. If you pick like a warrior like Erlong, I think Erlong could keep up with on her, but maybe not Osiris.
Okay. And as we see, All 4 of our last 4 bans are assassin, very targeted bans.
I'm
The latter of which
surprised.
on blue we see the Thanatos, actually. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm surprised that no one banned Fenrir, and we see him getting picked here. I think Fenrir's a super strong pick against like this team in general. He might get a little shut down by Ganesh, but
It could be Finn solo, too. We haven't seen this last pick come through. Oh, never mind.
King Arthur can also kind of get shut down.
Oh,
Okay.
do you think there's enough knockups on Boony Gang to warrant the Awilix pick? Because to me, Awilix is picked solely as a counter pick because she doesn't have like a lot of what these very meta
Yes.
junglers bring right now.
So they have Nike knockup, on her knockup, and Ganesh knockup. They're also against Scylla and Fenrir. So against Fenrir and Scylla, he doesn't even need setup. But
Okay.
wait, did they not trade?
Um,
Oh, is Boony going jungle?
it's either Boomy jungle or Boomy is doing the spiciest solo pick into King Arthur I've ever seen.
It also
Sure, he's
might
got a cripple,
be a mistake as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah. We'll have to see coming through what the captains say, unless they let it go through and Boomy does decide to switch to jungle, which I think would be really weird after a 10-3 and 13 Achilles performance. But I think
We're
regardless,
gonna
what
have
do
to
you...
restart, enemy says. Yeah, I think that was a
Okay,
mistake.
alright, yeah. That makes complete sense. I do not want to see any troll Awilix solo picks,
Yeah,
especially into a matchup like that.
There were some trading issues going on. We'll return to lobby.
Well, still, while we're waiting for them to remake lobby, you're looking at the 2 drafts. We see things like Yanis Geb. When you did get a chance to look at them, did you think one of them had the edge when it does come to these later team fights, or do they look pretty comparable?
Which 2 were you talking about? Sorry.
So, what is it? We've got I can't remember what they picked on each side. I'm like mixing the 2 together.
Yeah.
I think we had a Yanis on her Ganesh on one side.
Yep.
And sort of a spicy Awilix pick as well, but then on the other side it seemed a bit more cookie cutter with the Scylla, Cupid, Geb, even the Fenrir pick as well. Do you think the traditional meta is going to be the win here, or is the counter pick the play?
Oh, they were still in the game. Whoops.
Rough.
So we can see this. Sorry, I
Yeah,
left too early. But I think both teams have great peel, and they both also have great engage. And I think it really comes down to if Davies is comfortable on this Scylla, because last game enemy looked very comfortable, but I've never seen Davies play Scylla. I've seen him play Nuwa. The set, I think he should be fine though.
I think he played Scylla in one of the more early QSL sets, if I remember correctly. I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of QSL sets early because I was busy, but I do remember vaguely seeing a Scylla mid from Davies. And it seemed like he was maybe like definitely decently comfortable. Obviously he's a jungle main, but switching to mid as a really high level player shouldn't be that difficult in this league, I don't think. So I'm expecting some good things from him. I think him and Enemy are going to really go at it in this mid lane on these very level 20 pressure picks as well. But do you think this global pressure from Yanis, is that a little too much to deal with coming out of Enemy God? Like, we see the rat being picked up by Cruz all the time to sort of supplement the jungle global pressure. But coming from the mid lane, like, I think it's just as impactful.
Yeah, I think if they start like grouping up as 2 or even 3, starting like once the support rotates, they can get some really huge plays with the Yanis ult. Like, if someone's playing too far up in duo lane or solo lane, just Yanis ult 3 people behind him and get a successful gank. Yanis is like other than Horus, Yanis is like the one person who has a global that he can bring other people with him. And for that reason, I think having the Yanis alone for global pressure is just nuts.
Right. Like his global ult is sort of a more team global rather than a Merc or a Ratatosk or Thor type of single target global ultimate.
Yeah.
Um, is that why we sort of see Yanis being picked and even banned more often in this sort of early Season 8 meta? Like, is it just the global pressure, or does he bring a little bit more to the table that
It's the
maybe I'm not aware of?
it's the global pressure, the peel. He has insane self peel, and he can peel others with his portal. Um, he also has like the speed. He's very slippery. It's really hard to kill him if you know how to use him. And he also does a ton of damage. He can just kind of like walk in, use his two, half hit a couple people, and then leave, and there's nothing the team can really do about it.
Does Fenrir brutalize follow Yanis and company through portals?
Not through portals, no.
Okay, so that is like a decent counter matchup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to think of like other things that that Dharmic killers could have picked, and I think of Tsukiyomi is a really good one because you can't really peel Suki ult until it's over.
Tsukuyomi
Obviously
was
the rat would've been
banned
good.
by Boony Gang.
Oh, true. 4 jungle bans back to back.
Yep.
Yeah,
Looks like we're
really.
starting up.
Defender's a good pick. I don't. Is there something else you maybe would have liked to have seen on Dharmic killers to deal with this Yanis, or do you think what they have is enough between the 3 cripples? Holy cow! Just noticing that, by the way.
Yeah. I really don't know. The cripples are certainly going to be very effective, but as long as, because if enemy like uses a portal and then gets crippled and he can't go through it, then he's just stuck. Like he has no portal, he can't get through it, and he should die unless he ults. Ulting, if you ult out of a Cupid ult, like that's really good.
Yeah.
But like if you don't have your ult, you're trapped.
Well, something that maybe concerns me here, is this a Wheelix pick? Like now looking at the triple cripple comp, I didn't mean to rhyme there. That was actually really sick. Coming out of Dharmic killers, I feel like that's just really poor for a Wheelix. Like Scylla 1 is one of the hardest of Wheelix counters in the game, just preventing both her 1 and her feather step, right? So what do you think Shy's gonna have to do here to make an impact? Because it seems like they're gonna need a lot of coordination with this Wheelix pick.
Oh, that was weird. I think the Willix, it's either gonna go pretty well or it's not gonna make any impact. And I think what it needs to do is they need to kind of facilitate it. So like, make sure to let him know that he can ult and like kind of coordinate it. You can't just like get in a fight and waste your ult if someone has beads. Like you need to pick your targets good. And if he's not able to do that, he's not going to have much impact, I don't think, and he could die really easily.
That's fair. And Wheelix ult is on a relatively short cooldown, as you upgrade it at least. So, you know, hopefully in that late game he's able to spam it and start burning some beads out of Davies and Raptor, but sometimes I just think burning relics isn't enough as a jungle pick. I think you really need to be able to facilitate your team. So I guess we'll see as we get in here. I think this Fenrir pick is going to be really hit or miss with Dharmic killers. I think a lot of their setup relies on sort of this Ragnarok Unchained combo that Cruz has got going here. But looking at these starter items, are there any that you see that are a bit unique or that rub you the wrong way?
I don't think so. I think the Eye of the Jungle, Willix, is obviously playing for late game with that Protector of the Jungle. If he can get to the Protector of the Jungle, I don't think there's a squishy who can fight him. But, sorry, we don't have sound right now. I gotta that back on.
Does that mean you think he's going more of the shifters? I'm not going to say sledge. I don't think sledge is bought very much anymore, but sort of that type of hybrid build from the Wheelix then?
I hope so. I think that's the best choice for him. Because, like you said, with these cripples that they all have, if he just gets caught out, like, he can't survive with a full damage build, and that's what we were seeing last time with Set. Set got full damage, not even like a shifters or a void shield. He just went full damage and was able to get blown up really easily.
Yeah, basically doing true damage at that point with the amount of pen items that are in this game currently.
God,
And as we look in mid lane, I didn't get to see if those harpies were split, but that can be a huge difference maker when it comes to hitting level 3 in these engagements. Who do you think level 3 favors in the sort of 2v2 mid lane matchup?
In the 2v2 matchup, I think it favors the Fenrir Scylla, because Yanis definitely does a lot of damage, but if he just misses it, I mean, I'm not saying he's going to miss it, but if he does miss it, if they dodge it, all they have is a Willix damage.
Ooh,
versus...
Looks like Fenrir on the left side is looking for a spicy cringe gank level 2. The dash has already been used by Ganesh, and the on her a perfectly timed jump. That's a wasted gank.
Yep. Now he might fall behind in some farm.
What's a
Willix
Willix
is going
doing
to
on the back
counteract
end?
on the right, it looks like.
Okay, level 3, a little bit more kill potential on the Arthur pick, but Nike is a little too low, I think, for a successful gank to come out.
Yeah.
Would you like to have seen the Awilix try to at least leave pressure onto Boomy House Pog here, or do you think it's a good call for him to go farm elsewhere?
It looks like he's coming back in right now. He's got
Alright,
the
level
blink
4.
up.
He should be looking for the blink knock-up here into the feather step. Nice, he blinks. Feather step used,
Ooh,
cancels the
beautiful
dash.
Nike
Good knock-up by Pog. Boomy House Pog. That's the
so
beads,
good.
and that's their life. First blood going to Shy Appendix.
That was such a good Nike jump.
Honestly. Catching him in the middle of his prot shred Arthur dash. Just an incredible 2v1 play by Pog and Shy there. That definitely goes to show that the practice they've been putting in is helping them out here.
He also used the beads, so once a Willix hits level 5, if he ganks again, he's not going to have beads for it.
Yeah, the beads coming out for Arthur, and likewise we see Nike with the teleport. That pressure that he's going to be able to exert in lane after this early kill, do you think it's enough to get him to snowball this sort of right side of the map early?
I'm unsure, because I think that he's already got level 5. I think he really needs to push this, try and get King Arthur low again, try and pressure him out, because he has the ult advantage. He can be very aggressive here.
Looks like they're fighting
he's
over the
trying.
Scorpion.
Yep.
Whoever gets that is going to get a decent HP 5 left, but do you think it's worth tossing away this much health bar for it?
No, and I think King Arthur's looking for an ult here, but Nike ults first.
Nike ult comes out, but Arthur ult counteracts that max HP 5 damage is going to do a bit of poke to the Nike, but no jungle rotation means that they're just going to duke it out, and Arthur is going to get the betterment with the sustain on that Scorpion.
Ooh, good on her pillar with the ult.
Both ults coming out, Geb just gets ripped to shreds by that dual lane.
He just walked right over the Ganesh pillar and paid for it.
I'm already mad there. Is there something you'd like to see different, or do you think she did about as much as she could do there?
I think the shield came out, right? Or, I don't know. I couldn't tell if that was down or not. But, I also couldn't really notice if there was enough damage behind the on her pillar, but also not on the Ganesh walls. But
Right.
there really wasn't a choice. If you stay in the Ganesh ult, you're gonna get probably hit by basics. I think it's justified that she tried to walk out and just try and escape. But
Yeah.
very unfortunate that he got killed.
Very much so. As it looks like we've already got a 1200 gold lead coming out from Boony Gang only 5 minutes into the game. Where would you like to see them leverage this pressure that they've gotten in both jungle solo and even duo to an extent? Do you want to see them attack this mid lane and try to put Scylla behind?
Yes, I think that's necessary, because we saw last game how early game the Scylla might not have been very impactful for Boony Gang, but in all those late game fights, Scylla was just landing the ults and landing all her abilities and being able to turn a fight, even if someone had already died. And if Boony Gang lets that happen to them,
That is a massive Ganesh ult. Looks like it's zoned out the Cupid play on the left side, and Chino gets to pick up another, but Yanis ult for the re-engage looks like it's just going to be off the mark, and they're just going to retreat with the 1-0 victory on Boony Gang.
yeah, and it looks like Chino also used his on her ult to immune a Kepri ult Cupid ult that came down.
Oh, a classic counter matchup in the
Yeah.
duo lane. You like to see it. Especially since on her ult is only 75 seconds compared to the Cupid 90. That's something you just want to toss out basically every chance you can get in this duo lane, I think.
Yeah. Also,
As it looks like on the right side, King Arthur might be pressured by this Awilix pick. Nike jump. Ooh, misses the knockup and ults anyways preemptively.
Fenrir's trying to come up and help a little bit.
You like to see the confidence out of Shy Appendix. He thinks he's going to hit the 3, so he goes for the ult. Do you maybe want to see a little bit more patience there, or are you okay with him trusting his instincts?
I'm not really sure. It looks like they got his beads anyway, maybe? But,
Yeah, looks like his beads are down.
I don't know if that was used
And it
that
looks like he's going in.
engagement or not. Ooh, the
Doesn't have
stun
mana,
comes
uses
up.
Sundering Strike anyways though, but that's just going to be poke damage as Fenrir looks around the right hand side. He does have Ragnarok, looks like he's going to jump in. Ragnarok doesn't come out, he just gets the auto attack cancel, and that's going to be an easy pick on a Pog Boomy as Pog.
Yeah, we were saying, I think that definitely as a Willix, you never want to just ult like that. It obviously gives you like a big power spike and attack speed and everything, so it's definitely can be used to shred King Arthur, but in that case, King Arthur was just getting away, and you weren't going to really catch him to use that ult.
And despite the kill onto Pog Boom Howard Pog, sorry for my slip up earlier, looks like they might do a blue invade, but doesn't look like they have the timer for it, so they're just going to go back to farming their own buffs, and Arthur should be able to solo his blue, maybe giving him a bit of an edge as both solo laners here looking to pick up Stone of Gaia. What do you think about that?
I think it's warranted by both sides. Nike
Okay.
can proc Stone of Gaia really easily, and in general, like King Arthur, they've got a Willix, they've got Ganesh, they've got Nike, they've got Anhur. Like, it's gonna be really easy to get that Stone of Gaia procced in a fight, but it's also gonna be easy for Nike to get that procced. So I think it's just a
you
good
have
pickup.
the King Arthur 2 coming out anytime Pog Boom Howard Pog gets Ragnarok. Not only is he looking for Sentinel of Zeus, but also the knockup is Fenrir ganks on the left side. Ragnarok coming out, grabbing the I'm already mad as she gets Scylla ulted, but on her seems to be getting away. The portal, oh, what a clutch portal coming out as Geb knocks away the Ganesh. Looks like it should be a clean disengage from both sides.
Oh, we've got a Willix coming in looking for cleanup. He's gonna blink. Doesn't get
Misses
the kill.
the knockup.
Oh my
dashes away.
goodness, that
3-man
Scylla.
crush. Beats come out of Yanis over here as well. Misses the 2 a little bit. All the health bars are low, but Dharmic Killer's getting some much needed pressure back into this dual lane. Looks like they're still going up on the left side in between the tier 2.
Yeah.
This is clean purple invade. Definitely looked like there could have been a kill on either side there, but who do you think comes away with a victory in that engagement?
Well, I mean, Dharmic just looked to invade the purple successfully. Now they're looking at red.
Oh, 2 buffs.
And they do get them both.
Did Fenrir pick that up?
Yes, they did.
He's about to finish what is going to be a Jotun's Wrath, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's going to give him some much needed power as Pog,
no.
Boom Howard Pog gets soloed. It's really Destiny trying to put on a show after last game's team fights went a little awry for his squad. But both solo laners do have Gaia, so I don't know if we're going to be seeing much more solo kills unless somebody overextends. What do you think?
I think now, like that solo lane's gonna be really tough for Boom Howard because King Arthur might get up to a 2-level lead off this. I'm not really sure how close he is, but after that kill, they do have Gaia finished. But I think since they both have Gaia, but King Arthur has the tank boots, whereas Nike has the power boots, so I think he wins every
True.
engagement.
Yeah, do you think the Sundering Axe makes a bit of a difference there with the Bluestone pickup, or do you think the power boots are just that much better than, tank boots are just that much better
wow.
than power boots? Cupid ult comes out. Honor doesn't even have to use the ultimate here. Looks like Cupid ult was off the mark as Yanis ult rips through, but nothing doing, just a bit of peel coming in from enemy god.
I was very shocked. I don't know if he knew Geb was there, because he just jumped forward right onto Cupid, which kind of messed up the Cupid ult.
Yeah, might have been looking for the 2v1. Chino known to be more of a passive player, but definitely times where he can get a little bit aggressive in lane as well, and it looks like he thinks he can get aggressive in this lane, being already 2-0-0 at 10 minutes into the game.
He also still has his ult after that. He might try and get more aggressive on the Cupid now that Geb's gone. But Fenrir and Awilix are both coming over to look for ganks on their duo friends.
Yeah, we seem to be seeing a bit more duo pressure this game compared to other sets that we've seen. Why do you think that they've elected to go for the duo pressure during this game too, rather than maybe a solo or mid type of style? Because we've seen the mid be virtually untouched by both junglers and supports.
Ooh, he's going in with the jump. Misses the impale, though.
Wheelix Blink gets the knockup, preemptively ults as well, that's on her ult, and Cupid's gonna go down even though he beats. Ragnarok coming through, gets the pull onto a Wheelix under tower that should be a dead Wheelix unless she can manage to get out, and tower shot finishes it off. That's a 1-for-1 trade. Who does it favor?
I'd say, since they're trying to get so much duo pressure, I'd say it favors Boony Gang. And I think the reason they're trying to get duo pressure is they recognize that last game, even though Boomy might not have done amazing in the laning phase, he came in really clutch during the team fights. So like, no matter how much they pressure out this Nike, it's very likely that he's just going to come back in team fights and still make a big impact. It's the same thing for the mid laners. Both mid laners had a lot of impact in the last couple games.
Looks like Fenrir is getting a bit of poke. Nothing doing though. I thought that it might have been a fight there, but a bit of the CC chain might have been off. Fenrir is also a pretty slippery jungle as well, so kind of hard to lock him down.
Yannisol did come out. They were trying to go on King Arthur, it looks like. I'm not sure what that was.
I don't know if King Arthur was proxying, considering how far back he is now. Might have just been maybe a miscommunication in the comms section.
Yeah.
And we do see Gold Scorpion going down a little bit previously to Dharmic Killers. Do you like them picking up the Gold Scorpion, even though they don't have duo pressure?
I think they just wanted it to get like objective, maybe catch up on some of this gold, even though gold is very even right now. They're only like 400 behind. But
Right.
it also gives them those enhanced buffs, which might help them alleviate that pressure a little bit.
Looks like a Wheelix is on Fenrir on the right side at solo Harpies, getting a bit of damage on him. No ults being used, just a poke war. No relics as well. Looks like Cruz is going to back. A Wheelix might be able to get some jungle pressure here, but there's really nothing on the map for either side.
Yeah. And kind of continuing on the thought we were having earlier, I think the reason why they're going for duo pressure is because like that's the lane where they're recognizing that Chino was having a lot bigger impact than maybe Raptor was last game, because like Boomy was doing really well shutting down Raptor on the Hachi man, and it looks
Ganesh
like
ult coming through. Looks like Scylla had to use her ult for defense, and she's not going to be able to get any damage off. As Geb on the back line preemptively ults Ganesh. That's 2 ults being used out on Ganesh, who uses a bead and says, "That works for me. 3 ults for 1 relic." I think Boony Gang comes out with OW there.
Yeah, and they actually, with how many ults that Dharmic Killers used, it's possible they might try and look to start a fight here. Ooh, Boomy's trying to come
Speaking
up
of
behind
fights, yeah, it looks like Destiny also in the mid lane going out of the Siennas. He portals out, but impale off the mark, and it looks like Cupid's going to get dashed on. That's a beats coming out from Cupid. A 1v2 in the duo lane as Onhurl comes out, and Pog, boom, Howard, Pog, shuts down Raptor.
Yep, and now with that Cupid gone, Dharmic really doesn't have a look at this gold tray here as Yannis tries to ult onto Scylla. They really want to pressure them out.
Really seems like she must have dashed away already. Might have been a bit preemptive from him as Ganesh dashes out. Looks like she has a free portal out of there as well. I
He
feel like there should have been some... What is going on? 4 people in mid.
The
Boom,
Nike
Howard,
ult
Pog,
coming
blinks
out.
ults.
Good Geb shield.
Brilliant Geb shield. I don't know if he needed to Aegis there, but Yannis 2 comes through. Ganesh ult ripping through the enemy backline. Destiny gets portal, but beads the portal anyways to reduce the damage out of it. As it looks like nothing's going to come from just this bombardment of Boony Gang ultimates. Looks like they might not be done in the mid lane though. Shy's kind of waiting around the right side with ultimate up. Does it look like they're pushing the tier 1 here?
I think with Scylla's clear, they don't have a chance of even getting in the tier 1. So I think this is kind of just wasted time, and they're letting Cupid get back, and now it's a 5v4, with Onher just kind of coming in a bit late.
Arthur Sundering strikes in the mid lane on Yannis. Yannis doesn't look like he has beads, portals himself and King Arthur. Manages to get out because Ganesh peel, and Scylla on the backline is peeling for herself from the Nike, and the Scylla uses the ult. Destiny shuts down Shy Appendix as 4 people of Boony Gang are trying to retreat during this 5v3. Geb Cataclysm comes out and gets 2. Scylla Crush absolutely demolishing this on her. The on her ult comes through, but nothing doing as Fenrir double unchained. That should be a double kill. That's 4 for 0 in favor of Dharmic Killers. What is going on, Link?
I mean, I was saying they were just staying in mid lane too long with like, there was nothing they could have done. So I don't know why they stayed there so long. They let the Cupid come back, and On Her was just kind of trailing around. So
Yeah,
they got the
doesn't even get the
initiate.
tier 1 on left.
And they
I thought
also
On Her was going to go for the left lane as well, but no gold, no tier 1, and it looks like Dharmic Killer gets a huge gold fury.
yeah. And it's also that so the Nike ult is just coming back up, the Yanis ult is coming just back up. Um they didn't have those in that fight. They did not have ultimates up, and they were still like choosing to sit in front of that tier 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like it might have been a bit of an overextension coming from Boony Gang. They get the pick. It doesn't look like they're able to translate that pick into any wins objectively. But now that Dharmic Killers has sort of swung this gold lead in about 2k, it looks like they should be finishing their third items, and in some cases, like Destiny's getting the tier 2 of his fourth item. Where would you like to see them sort of leverage what looks like mid, solo, and jungle pressure? Because it looks like Raptor might still be 2 levels behind.
Yeah, so Raptor really needs to farm here. I think if they like try and go for a Pyro or something like that, that's just gonna let On Her kind of hyper farm and get even farther ahead from this Cupid. So
Speaking of On Her, we see a Chin's Fail Not build coming out. Not something that we see. We typically see what Raptor is building, the Berserker Zik as Ganesh Dash is still in the mid lane, but she gets away. What do you think about this Chin's Fail Not build? To me, I think it's a little expensive, but do you think it's worth the lead he has in order to be building these sort of 2,700 gold up items?
I mean, now that he has it, Cupid can't step up to him anymore. Especially being 2 levels up as well. And it looks like they're gonna try and even shut him out more with the Willix coming.
Wow.
They're just gonna get this
Cupid
tower, I think.
dashes away. Should be a free tier 1 in favor of Boony Gang, but
Oh,
what
yeah.
did Dharmic Killers get on the right side?
Nothing. Maybe some, I don't know if they stole Scorpion or something? I'm not sure.
They did get right Scorpion. Don't know if that's a very worth trade, only 40 gold for your team each compared to the 100 you get from the tier 1 tower. So it looks like Boony may have caught up a little bit. It's only 1.4k behind. That's basically an even game for my money there.
Yeah. You kind of see like there was a big spike, but now it's kind of slowing down a little bit.
Wow, those player damage charts.
Yeah.
Arthur doubling damage everybody in the game. That's a pretty stunning performance coming out of It's Really Destiny during this sort of laning early to mid team fight phase.
What if they're grouping up here for? They might be thinking that they're trying a red invade, but nothing from it. But back to the On Her build, who is now going Odibo.
Odie boy.
I don't know if you saw the Jingwei's build from last game, but it was very interesting. And I think Chino's been trying out some builds, and he's just kind of doing what he wants. He doesn't care about the Zapman meta. He just wants to do some builds. He's trying to sneak up on Cupid. He gets the impale.
Good impale.
Oh,
The ult comes through a little bit
Cupid
off
did
the
have the
mark for
beads
some
there
of
though,
those, but
but he might be getting
that is
trapped
a
by
good
Scylla
relic
now.
use. If Geb can get a Blink Cataclysm off here, does blink anyways, but doesn't get the Cataclysm. That's 2 wasted relics for 1 75-second ultimate cooldown. I think Boony Gang forces the issue here, right?
It looks
Does look like they get Oracle
yeah,
pressure.
they did get Oracle, so they're gonna know that Dharmic is trying to get this Gold Fury, which doesn't even spawn for like what is that, a minute and a half?
I think by the time it spawns, Oracles are going to be down.
Yeah. And they're gonna try and look for Pyro here, and I think
That
they
is a
should just be able
5-man
to
group.
get it, unless Yanis tries to ult it. Ganesh is gonna give it a shot though.
They do have 2 steal potential ults between Ganesh and Yanis. It looks like that thing absolutely melts, though. A good 5-man grouping from Dharmic Killers. They don't lose much on the left side unless Chino decides to push this left tier 2.
I think if Chino decides to push this left tier 2, which he can, he's not going to, but
Okay.
this is what I
Cupid
talk
hasn't
about
even backed
how now
yet.
he's got a 3-level lead over Cupid because they went for that Pyromancer, down to 2 levels. But
Oh no.
if
But look at what the Cupid is building. Third item, or fourth item, sorry.
yeah, he's going that Rage again. I don't think I like that. It didn't work too well last time. But if On Her starts joining fights now, he's gonna make a lot more impact than Cupid, I think, especially with that Odibo Kins.
So why do people build Rage? Like, I understand Berserkers, Pen, Ichval, Boxing, Is the rage a sort of come from ahead type item, like we're winning team fights, let's stack this thing? Or is it that core that you even build it when you're this far behind?
I think, like I think right now it's kind of a mistake to build it, um, in this specific case. But it's just an item that once is stacked, I think they may recognize that this might be a really long game. So basically, no matter what, Cupid should be eventually getting that stacked, and that's a lot of crit chance from just one item. So,
True, true.
and they're gonna start up this
It's like
Gold Fury. A Willock's gonna coming up from behind.
she's got the sentry pressure over here as
Oh.
well. Looks like they're leashing gold for a team fight, but I don't know if you want to team fight Boony Gang in this jungle area, especially with Shy on the back.
Nike coming
Boony
in,
does
popping
jump in.
the ult.
That's a forced ult right there. Yanis ult rips through,
Oh!
absolutely destroys Scylla's health bar. Looks like they're going to keep chasing, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get to her in the back line as Shy tries to knock somebody up, but Fender in the back going to Ragnarok and beads out. Good Cupid ult for the peel. That was honestly a really good ult from Raptor.exe.
But they're on full retreat. I think Boony can just start up this Gold Fury and not have any contest.
Yeah, looks like they're all full health bars, and Dharmic is going to try to push their way in there, but Pog, Boomhammer, Pog is zoning 3 as one blinks past him. King Arthur's getting onto the Gold Fury. Gold Fury is going to be secured by Boony Gang.
I don't think this is a good fight to take for Dharmic.
Geb Cataclysm comes through, and Dharmic is still going to fight it anyways. Looks like Cupid and Davies absolutely destroy Pog, Boomhammer, Pog. BW Cruz dies on the back line, but King Arthur is able to frontline all of this. Shy is really low. Scylla Crush misses just because of the blink, and it looks like Arthur's going to keep diving, keep it dashed, and that should be a disengage from both sides.
I guess I shouldn't really talk. I said that was a bad fight for Dharmic, but they almost got 3 kills off of that.
That's right. It's a shame that they did not get the 3 kills. It looks like
They
they'll get
do.
a Ganesh though, so a 2 for 2. 2 for 2 plus the Gold Fury going towards Boony Gang. Looks to me like it's sort of an even trade considering the gold differential right now.
They might try and pick off Yanis too. I don't know if he knows Scylla's there. He has to
Crush,
beads
it looks
to
like
get
Yanis
out.
beads. Oh, that is going to be 2.5 minutes that Yanis can't do that again. Because Arthur seems to be saving his cripple for these Yanis portals. Shy decides to
Aye.
ult King Arthur, Feather Step. That's his second dash. Shy jumps over the wall and he should be good, but do you think that's a wasted ultimate?
Yeah. I think if that's Scylla, then yeah, pull him in. Either pop the beads or you can just kill him. But when you're on your own, you don't want to pull in a King Arthur that's full health.
Yeah, King Arthur with the Gaia proc at that.
Yeah. I think he just
As-
saw the knock up and kind of instinctively hit his ult.
Right, which is in a way is very good, I think, for some of these team fights. A lot of Awilix players knock up and then maybe it doesn't register right away, or they see their team knock up and they don't follow up. So good on him for at least connecting the ultimate, because honestly, Awilix is a very difficult character to play in this meta. But as long as it comes off of cooldown before the next fight, he should be fine. And speaking of Arthur before, sometimes we see these Arthurs go Gaia, Shifters, Genjis. Do you like the switch up, getting the CDR from Glad and going into the Onis? As Scylla seems to be getting poked out, Ganesh all comes through, Yanis all rips through. Aegis coming out of Scylla saves him and he ults to get away. Goes through the Ganesh pillars as looks like Ragnarok on the back line might be getting punished by the silence of the Ganesh. It's a 4v1 on Fenrir as Arthur's diving in the back as well. Fenrir gets pulled in and absolutely ripped apart by Shy Appendix.
They're going to look at this tier 1 then. That was a very good team fight. And Nike ults just to
Oh,
secure it. They might kill the Geb.
Good ult. Geb should get picked here. Cupid ult
Oh.
comes down to sort of peel. That's a good ult from
Yeah.
Cupid as well. Geb should survive, but Boony gets behind him and pushes him out. Looks like they might have enough damage to pick out this Geb, but Arthur in the backline is peeling off the damage carries as Crush comes through and absolutely shreds Shy Appendix. He
Ganesh
does get to jump
silence.
out. That should be a clean disengage, but Nike gets stunned and killed by Raptor.exe. Scylla dashes in. She's going for the 1-2 combo. Looks like Ganesh might be able to get out of here. She is positioning a little bit poorly. Oh, Ganesh gets hit by the Cupid 1, and that should be another kill for Dharmic Killers.
That was just a
Wow.
really good counter engage by Dharmic Killers. The first, they saved the Geb with the Cupid ult, and it only hit Willix, I think, but like just the slow was enough to stop them. And Boony Gang just kind of overextends into the tier 2 tower.
Do you think they should have gone for Fire here, or was Pyro a good call?
I think going for Pyro here is fine. They probably didn't have wards to know that Anhur is just in left and that everyone backed, but if you think about it, they probably could have got it down to 0 health by about now, and the Yanis ult still isn't back up, so they definitely had an opportunity, but they didn't have any wards on it, and you can see that Boony Gang have 2 wards on the FG. That
And if you're Dharmic Killers, seeing a lot of these fights, it looks like they lose the early fight, but on the re-engage from Boony Gang, it looks like Dharmic Killers is able to sort of push them out and get these return kills. To me, I think that's a lot of Raptordox EXE being really patient with his keep it ults. Is there something else you're seeing in the team fight that is sort of turning these fights around besides, of course, the 3-0 and 4 Scylla damage?
I think that you might not like notice it in a fight, but if someone gets hit by like a Yanis 2, the Geb kind of like shields them either preemptively or right after the 2, so it's almost like they didn't get hit by it. So like the Geb shield is basically just allowing people to stay in fights a lot longer, because even though they should be at half health, they're not.
And where have we seen this before? Another Fire Giant dance coming out of Dharmic Killers and Boony Gang. It looks like Shy should rotate pretty soon after clearing the mid wave. Who do you think is the edge coming into this Fire Giant pit fight? It looks like besides Boony's ward coverage.
So it looks like while there's a bunch of level 20s, no one has finished their starters. And also, the only people who have finished their 6th item are the solos and one of the junglers, Fenrir, who's going for like more of a tanky build.
I dig.
Yeah. So like, actually, and I take it back, Chino does have that 6 item build as Nike jumps in to initiate.
What? Alright, just a little bit of poke going off. No punish either. Speaking of builds, we see Shy Appendix get absolutely ripped through by the Scylla. He jumps away and Scylla dashes in with the auto attack. That's an easy kill, but Ganesh ult comes out as well.
His dash is down and they know it.
Aegis. Yanis ult ripped through, but Aegis was up and Scylla goes down. That should be a Ragnarok coming through. 4v4 in the mid lane.
Yeah,
Looks
that's
like
a
Geb's Cataclysm's
huge
gonna
kill.
come out. Huge Cupid ult as well. Mez's 2 frontline members onto Boony Gang as Arthur's a bit low, but still fighting on the front line. It looks like Fenrir's going to get out with that Geb shield coming through as well, and Arthur's going to rip through the backline as well. That's a huge pick on a Chino Del Rey. That's one of their main carries. Nike's going to go down as well to keep it 1. Arthur gets portaled, but that shouldn't kill him either. That is a huge 3-for-1 fight coming out of Dharmic Killers.
And honestly, if they were able to do all that without Scylla, if Scylla doesn't die in that engagement, that might be like a 5-for-0 almost.
Yeah.
But
then maybe we see some of those towers going down. There's every tier 2 in the game up, there's Primal up, there's FG up. So do you think that Dharmic Killers, with Davies coming up in 3 seconds, do you think they should be able to pull an objective, and if so, which one?
I think if they're gonna pull an objective, they either need to pull fire right now, because it's about to become enhanced, and once it's enhanced, pulling it is going to be a lot difficult, and it looks like that's what's going to do. They're just going to run towards fire. They might not be able to take it, but they're at least going to start it and kind of force a fight. But I don't think
If
Boony
they
Gang
have
knows.
decent ward coverage, they know that Shy is the only one available. There's not much he can really do outside of an insane FG steal here. Looks like Scylla's looking for the crush onto him. He goes around the Fire Giant pit. They see him there.
Yanis is also
He's
looking
on
for
his
an ult
one.
here.
Scylla dashes, Fenrir jumps onto Shy. He's gonna not take any poke. They're still leashing it. Boony Gang has arrived, and it looks like Fire Giant goes to Dharmic Killers. The fight's gonna happen on the back end. Yanis ult rips through Dharmic Killers as well. It looks like Geb's gonna absolutely get blown up on the back line, and Shy Appendix takes some damage as well, killed by the Cupid as well. If they're able to get out, that's a 4v4 in favor of Dharmic Killers.
It looks like they're just going to go on a full retreat. I think
Good
Boony should
call.
try and maybe get a tower here before they can back. But I don't think
They
any of
do
the
have
lanes are pushed
mid-wave
far enough.
pressure.
They're going to go for
They could go
Primal.
for Primal.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Do you think that's a good call? Like, oh well, there goes my question.
I think it is a good call.
That
Although they
it'll
might
bring
get it
them up to
taken
about
away. Scylla's rushing
even
over.
gold. Scylla would have to, I think, dash in if she's going to steal this or ult from afar. It looks like Ganesh is going to silence her. Good zoning so far. They just have to secure it. Cupid ult comes out. Scylla ult rips her Nike as she gets stunned by the Cupid Heart Bomb. And Scylla dashes in. She should kill Pog Boom Howard Pog here unless he has an insane escape coming up.
Ooh, he dodges
Crushes
the
off the
2.
mark.
Doesn't
The
dodge
one, the
the
Ganesh ult
though.
for peel, but not enough. Chino Del Rey's getting doped by the Brutalize, and the crits coming out from Cupid. That rage might have actually helped him out here. Tier 2 tower should be going down in favor of Dharmic Killers as another kill comes on the back line. It looks like enemy has to Aegis and he gets auto-attacked down by Fenrir. Ganesh is going to go down as well. Is that Wheelik's going to survive, or is she going to be able to make it out for the defense?
Looks like she
Wow.
makes it out, but I don't think she can defend this. This is definitely a dead Phoenix, and possibly
Are we-
game if she gets picked off.
Are we seeing a game 3, Link?
Yeah, we're seeing a game 3.
30 seconds on the nearest spawn from Boony Gang. It looks like that mid Phoenix should go down handedly. The Fire Giant sustain helping Dharmic Killers. That should be
They
game
have
2
still ult
going
for
in
this,
favor.
yeah. This should definitely
Oh
be
my
game.
gosh, the damage coming through. Even with the 2 tier 2s up, not enough prots on the Titan, a 5v1. That's going to be an easy 1-1 for Dharmic Killers Boony Gang.
That was such good team fights by Dharmic Killers. I think game 3, I don't think either team is going to get to play Scylla.
That's fair, that's fair.
But
Can you
let's not...
do me a favor?
Yeah.
And walk me through what happened at that Gold Fury fight, because it looked like Boony should have gotten an objective and gotten out, but somewhere along the line, someone started a fight that didn't go in their way. What was
So,
going on there?
Right when they finished, Scylla like ulted. Like they were already there to try and... Dharmic was already there to try and steal. And the Scylla ult did hit Nike, did like half her health. And they tried to like kill Nike. It took a bit to chase them, but Nike kind of ran through into the middle lane, which kind of baited his teammates to like come through red buff to peel for him, and that caused Honor to get picked off. That caused everyone to just kind of like get funneled into that small tier 2 area, and I think that it was just they couldn't get away. There were not enough people there to warrant a fight.
Yeah, that's fair. Just looked like it sort of snowballed on the back end after Pod got picked by the Scylla. Did see some desperation peel coming out, but I don't know. I just think when an EFG or a regular FG team like that is able to snowball, yeah, I really gotta go.
Yeah, but Stream saw that too.
Actually,
Yeah.
I've been holding it all game.
Yeah, we'll take a break here in a second. But before you go, I know you like Gem of Focus, and that is exactly what Scylla built. Check
God, I'm
details.
so fucking happy. I am a huge Demo Focus fan. The amount of just the damage reduction it gives on top of the bonus damage. When you see somebody like Scylla, let's say she builds Archmage's Gem and she tosses that Crush, it does the flat, like max stack damage, and then every single ability after that is doing like 1 or 2 or 3%. Like it's really not a lot. But Gem of Focus is giving you this 9% consistent damage across every single ability. So the more abilities you're cycling through, the more overall damage you're doing. Sort of like a ladder curve with this Scylla. So I honestly really enjoy the pickup, and I feel like that's a huge reason why she's able to survive in some of these fights.
Alright. If you had to pick a MVP for this game, what do you think?
MVP, I'm going to give it to the King Arthur, honestly, because I think a lot of what he did went untold, right? But he was basically effectively 1v3ing in a lot of these fights, clearing the space for Scylla and Fenrir to get these picks onto the front line and then translate them into the back line. It could easily go to Scylla as well, either way, so I think for me it's between Destiny and Davies. What do you think?
I would agree. I think that there's a lot of good picks here. Like, everyone did well, just like last game. Davies did so well on the Scylla, Destiny did really good front line, and Raptor did really well from behind, actually. He had really good ults. And
he is a good play from behind player. I'm going to give him some major props for that.
yeah, and the tanky Fenrir definitely worked. Or is it?
For real.
Alright, so they're ready to go for game 3. I'm going to let them know, and then you can take a break while they are...
Oh, jeez, thank God.
Yeah.
Holy cow. I'm literally doing a dance right now, man.
just go.
Alright.
Okay, they already started. Game 3. Whoever wins this takes away the set. And they do take away... Actually, they take away the set. I don't want to see Scylla. I want to see it banned. So bad. Whichever team gets it has been performing very well on it, and it's been the deciding factor, and there it is. The Scylla ban, finally. I think that might be forced to let through like Guan or something, but
I am back.
they banned Scylla.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yep.
Like to see that.
Still the Morgan ban. They might have to let
Any
through like
other-
Guan or Apollo.
Yeah, unless it should be a Boony Gang strategy to not ban either, and to probably pick the other one that doesn't get banned.
Yeah.
But I think a risk
perhaps.
there is if the other team decides not to ban either of them as well and goes for the same strategy. So we'll see. We see the Persephone ban come out that looks to be like just a safety ban more than anything. How do you think Dharmic Killers is going to counteract this, considering the momentum they're coming off of Game 2 with?
I don't know.
Ooh,
The
that's Apollo.
ban. Trying to think of.
Are they forced to pick one?
I mean, they're gonna pick Nua. I like that. But I think they're gonna force Destiny to pick one. Or if they don't pick Guan here, I think Boomy has played it before. They're going to take the Cupid again and the Ganesh.
Okay, looks like Guan is not a super contested pick, which is totally alright. It's not for every... It doesn't have to be top pick, you know?
Mhm.
So I don't mind Dharmic Killers going for the dual lane pick here, especially getting the signature Ganesh. I mean, if that's what your whole team name is based around, you might as well pick it Game 3 in a hotly contested set, right?
Might as well.
I don't know why we didn't pick Kepri. I feel like a bunch of tools, now that I think about it. We haven't picked it a single time. But speaking of Kepri, do you think Rapid can play it in this set? Do you think it's worth doing it into this, especially with a Guan Yu, this Guan Yu Nuwa, just so much setup already? Do you think that Kepri would be a good pick?
I think Kepri would be a good pick, yes. But I also think, like with this Nua and this Guan Yu, something like even a Fenrir support. I mean, you could even go Guan Yu support. But like a really aggressive support would work very well with this.
We see the ROM come out. A historic, especially in Season 7, Cupid ROM matchup. They used to be the top two. Hunters, they've kind of fallen out of favor with the rise of Heimdall and especially Apollo. We know that ROM is kind of... that doesn't do super good into Cupid just because you're forced to alter beads every time Cupid ults, but what do you think of Chino Del Rey versus Raptor? The classic ROM Cupid matchup here.
I think that last game, Raptor showed that, well, he may not do well in duo lane, like in laning phase. Or maybe that was just an off game, I don't know. He definitely showed that team fights he can do really well with this Cupid. And while Chino definitely did really good on the on her, in team fights, it's a lot harder to make as much impact with like an on her ult or an on her like pillar 2 than it is with just like a Cupid ult and a heart bomb.
Right.
And it showed that the
This
on
looks
her,
like
no
a
matter
lot
what he
less.
did, just couldn't do much. And I think Rama's the same situation, but he might be able to pick off some of those really low health targets after a fight with his ult. So
True, true. There was a lot of disengages that were a bit sloppy where people were like 1 HP. This ROM should be able to take care of that. And I say ROM, but really I mean Nuwa. Both characters
Yeah.
do just so good at picking off low health targets. So I'm excited to see what they combo with that, because we see another quad assassin ban in phase 2, a direct target at both Cheyenne crews. They're not going to be able to play their mains, they're not going to be able to play stuff they're comfortable on, but Nemesis is available. Which team gets them and why?
I'm not sure if Shy is comfortable on the Nem. And I know for a fact, and Cruz picks up the Erlang Shen. That's definitely Erlang Shen for Cruz. I like that pick.
Good, good.
But that does mean that if Shy goes Nem, Erlang is a pretty good target for that Nem ult.
True. If they do decide to Nemot the Erlang Shen though, you leave open Ganesh and Arthur, two very tanky frontliners, to just basically free cast on this ROM. Because I really don't know what ROM Nuwa does to peel besides, you know, outputting what little CC in forms of cripple and stun they do have. So I think if Arthur is able to run this lane against Guan Yu, where it's like, you know, a relatively even matchup, um, Dharmic could have a good edge here, but we see the Ares and Tsukiyomi
Ares
coming
and
through.
Suki.
Oh, what do you think of this Ares pick, man? I'm a huge fan,
Oh
despite my
my
performance.
goodness. This is a Camazot's mid. Uh,
Please tell me you're kidding.
no, I'm not. That's Davies.
No, Cruz and Davies are gonna switch. Just wait, just wait.
I don't think
It's
they
the old
are.
ranked strat.
I don't know.
Okay, well, we gotta talk about the spice. Let's get the spice out of the way. Camazot's Nuwa, a matchup as old as time. Link, you're obviously very versatile in your mid matchups. What do you think of Camazot's Nuwa?
Well, I hate Nua.
Okay.
But I honestly think it's kind of even. If Camazot's like tries and steps up and hurts Nua, she's gonna do her minions and do her Shining Metal, stun him, probably do half his health, and then they're both just gonna walk away with half health.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how a lot of engagements are gonna go. It's gonna come down to who gets help first. I think, because I really don't think either of them are gonna be able to solo each other. They're both good players. But
So here's a question I have, Link. We have a triple dive. You have Arthur, you have Erlang, you have Camazotz, and you have Ganesh ult for the dive, right? But where is the peel from Boony Gang? Because as we found out, Ares does not peel very well. Ares is more of an engage, more of a W key frontliner, soak, kind of like Ymir in a way. And Guan's peel really comes in the forms of heals and ultimates. So how are Enemy and Chino, where are they going to have to position to be able to be as far away from this triple dive comp as they need to be? Or do they kind of just have to take the brunt force and just like muscle their way through these team fights? Like, what's going on for Boony Gang's comms here?
I just think both teams are looking to just W key, W key, W key. I don't think there's any other way to run these comps, honestly. Where am I? There it is. Okay.
Well, let's talk about jungle, right? Tsukiyomi used to be a very highly contested pick. He's kind of fallen out of favor with global pressure meta sort of coming through in Season 8. Do you think Tsukiyomi is going to really be able to pick off these targets? Like, besides Cupid, what is Tsukiyomi gonna dive on here?
I don't think anything. If he tries to dive on Camazotz, I think if he gets the ult on Camazotz, he should still do damage while Camazotz is in the air, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he could go in Kama, depending on how tanky Kama goes, but I think Davies should recognize that when he went set, he needed more tank, and I hope he builds more hybrid on Camazotz. If he doesn't go hybrid, if he goes like more full damage, I think he's going to be looking at a Nuwa stun into death. And I think he definitely needs to go a little bit of tank.
That's fair. Typically we see some soul eaters coming out of Camazotz. Traditionally more of a solo lane item with the likes of Wukong. But he could very well be going trans here, dominance. There's a lot of things that Camazotz can do that sort of kind of work. Do you want to see more of like a shifter shield, maybe an Ansile even? Like, are we talking like a hybrid jungle build almost?
I think a hybrid jungle build would go really well. And I think, because last week we saw them do this to Kepui Suns, and they did they actually had 4 blinks, I think, when they went against us.
Yeah, they're waiting to level 12 for that 4th one.
Ooh, he gets double chains.
On the Cupid.
But he's just running back to tower. But they're going to be looking for jungle invades. They're going to look to fight a lot, which I think if they look to fight that much, then the blink on a new
Camazott's
wall.
blink coming on. That's a dead new wall. First blood going to Davies. This matchup is not looking good for Enemy right now.
Yeah, the blink was really good there. I don't think he expected it, because it was such a short blink just over the wall like that.
Yeah. And Nuwa, not a character known for her escapability, really.
No.
So as the pin comes out here, and they're gonna combo Tsukiyomi in her tower at level 2, that tick damage isn't gonna be enough. It is gonna be enough. 2, 0, and 0.
I think the tick damage
Camazot's
combined
blink.
with Bluestone is what did that. And they're gonna
wow.
head left. Or they might just go for
They-
oracles.
Looks like Cruz is coming around behind this Ares pick, another character that doesn't have mobility, but they're just gonna do oracles together, which is, you already have 2 kills. Why risk it, right?
Someone in chat mentioned why go Eye of Jungle on Suki, and I
We
would
will
agree.
talk about that in a second, as Kamazotz and Erling Shen are ganking left. Ares should be the target here. A blink coming from Erling Shen. That is a very dead Ares.
And this is what
And
they're gonna do.
They're just gonna do the old rank strat.
Yep.
W key and kill.
And they're gonna W count the Rama as well.
He's trying to defend himself a little bit here, but Chino's not going to be able to get his purple short of a lucky astral arrow through the wall. Erlang just has too much clear and Ganesh too much peel. But the Eye of the Jungle Tsukiyomi. Yeah, is there a reason you don't want sustain in the jungle and you really are looking for that like extra attack speed boost? Because I mean Tsuki's like passive combos with attack speed a little. He gets the healing, he gets the cleave damage. But is that enough to merit not having any jungle sustain?
I don't think so. And I think that, well, it is alright, because with Eye of the Jungle, it only has one good upgrade, which is Protector.
What?
So, realistically, he could have just started a tier 2 item and not gone a starter. If you really want the Protector late game, I don't think it's worth getting Eye early. And you might correct me if I'm wrong, I'm horrible at jungle, but like, I don't think Eye is giving him that much, like, going into this next 15 minutes before he gets Protector.
That's fair. By now he could have a full boots. That gives him a power spike. Eye of the Jungle will give him attack speed. Will give him a little bit of extra damage. If we're able to hover over the stats of it, maybe we could see like why he picked it up.
I mean, it gives the wards when you do the camps. Bit of HP 5, bit of power.
Yeah, that's
It's all
not
around
bad.
good, but it's not as much sustain as you get from this. Meanwhile, Erlang looking to gank. He's level 5.
That should be a kill onto Ares as well. He's going to dash back. The cripple stop by the Ares chain. Cupid dashes in as well. Silence onto Ares is going to get collapsed on. That should be a shell coming out as well from Ares. And Erling is just going to clean him up with the help of Cupid. Just another easy pick from this Erlang jungle.
You might have noticed
How
that
do you put a stop
Erlang...
to it?
I don't know. Erlang didn't even need to use his ult there. I thought
Yeah,
he was
he's
going to like
saving it
rush
for his
in.
ROM.
I thought he was going to rush in and double ult, but he didn't even need to. Or they're trying to
Purple
contest.
invade. There
This is as good a
Suki
fight
on the
as they're
other
going to
back
get.
line. Suki ult should come out as Cupid does come through to try to zone away this ROM. Suki ult hits onto 3 members and he rips through the backline. Cupid should be dead here, but he heals off the hearts. Stun comes through, but he misses it. Gets an easy pick on a Cupid. Taunt comes through, but Suki, without mana, is not going to be able to kill any more people.
Kamazotz might come to try and clean up. Ares is back already, but they're just going
Ares
to
with no ult.
disengage.
Worst case there, if I'm already mad has mana, I think she just ults for Peel. And she's going to have
Yeah.
that by the time Ares levels up, I think.
Definitely.
Speaking of Ares though, and I'm a huge fan, what do you think of the tank boot start? Do you like R that he's getting against this comp?
Who are you talking about?
The Ares reinforced shoes.
I think it is good. It's going to be easily procced, especially since Kamazotz has Bluestone. And he really needs it, because he's not going to be able to get out. Ares has no escape. And he's just going to have to try and do all he can before he ends up dying. Unless he gets like a huge ult and they get a couple kills, or like a huge initiation, I don't think Ares is going to be surviving a lot of these team fights.
Maybe he should be playing more towards this right side with the 3 blinks up. Because Cruz guaranteed gets pulled unless Arthur has max ult, he's going to get pulled. Kamazot's ult, same deal. I would personally like to see him just spam ult on these right side physicals. And on that note, pick up a early sovereignty as well. Do you just think this Ares should just rush Fizz defense? Or what do you think the build path is kind of looking like against a 4 physical comp?
I mean, against a 4 physical, I think you should definitely get the sovereignty, because that'll also boost Ares' passive. And after that, I really don't know, because
Jade Emperor's big fan?
maybe, but he's gonna get caught out here. They want another purple buff. They want to go on this.
Camazotz is even rotated from mid as well. This is a 4v4 fight. Ares is on the front line.
Huge
Ganesh ult comes through.
Cupid ult.
Cupid ult comes through as well. Ares ult isn't going to pull anybody because it doesn't go off. Camazotz diving into the back line. Suki's forced to ult, and he just gets trapped by 4 members of Dharmic Killers, and they're going to add another one to the column. That is just an easy 2-0 for Dharmic Killers. Bait after bait. Purple invade after purple invade. What does Boony Gang do in these next 2 minutes to make sure they can secure that purple?
I don't think they're gonna secure the purple. I think their best bet is to hide behind a wall and try and last hit it. Dharmic has clearly shown that they're not afraid to have 4 people rotate just for the purple buff. And maybe, if they're gonna commit 4 people to that purple buff, maybe Shy Penix should try going for a blue invade, or like try and sneak around and get a red invade while that's happening.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm
As another kill
sorry.
comes through, Davies gets enemy god and Shy Appendix kills Cruz as well. Ares Chain's coming through doing a lot of damage. He doesn't have ult yet, so this should be a clean disengage from Dharmic Killers unless they decide to re-engage, which could be a bad play. Ganesh is caught out of position. Suki should be able to clean that up, and that is a 2-for-1 in favor of Boony Gang. Good play on their part, surviving the tier 1 tower dive.
I don't know. I think it was Enemy who got picked off by Davies. So, I mean, you're trading your mid laner for support, which normally isn't
And
a
jungle,
good
and
situation.
jungle.
Oh, yeah, and jungle. Speaking, they're
As
really
Cupid Dash
aggressing.
comes through, Suki's going to chase him down. The bees from Cupid, good relic usage there, as Ares is a little bit out of position because 3 members are coming from the base, but they do get the red invade, they do get 2 picks. Is this the way that Boony Gang starts mounting a comeback?
Yes. However, they weren't able to get a... Did they get the red buff invade?
They did.
Okay,
Oh,
they did.
Dharmic Killers manages to 1-for-1 that. Oh, I love seeing that stuff, man.
But, so yeah, they
Tossing
get the
it-
red buff
tossing
invade.
it,
That's
yeah.
a good trade. And I think they might have warded them away from purple. They need to jump on this purple when it comes up. And they can't let Dharmic get in there again.
Yeah, it looks like Chino might be able to have his first purple in the past 6 minutes. Ganesh does come over to contest, so does Camazotz, so does Cupid. Chino's going to start it up, and Ares is going to do his very best to zone. But there's only so much he can do. Ganesh ult comes through a little preemptively. Blink from Camazotz. New ult's going to come through to try to dissuade, but Rom's going to definitely go down here. Can't even get the ult off. Ares is stunned in place. Cupid heart bomb. Shouldn't stun. Ares ults.
Ganesh
Looks like
beats.
Ganesh bees. Oh, what do you think of that relic pickup, Link?
I mean, it makes sense with this comp. While Tsukiyomi might be getting killed by Camazotz, not quite.
Not quite. Does have to use. Oh, he doesn't even use his ult there. That's pretty good on him.
I think he did the same thing last game. The Ganesh getting beats. Because who were they against? They were against
Geb.
Geb and Willix were like the main things. Like so many people had bees last game, and I think against the Ares it's perfectly fine. Because
Yeah, I mean,
on
right there
a
he survives.
support like Ganesh, even chains might be enough to kill you, if you can't dash away right away.
It's a very good point. And we see it come out here. There's going to be a bit of cooldown on it, but both supports electing for this sort of tanky, very physical heavy build, which if enemy is able to catch up and farm and items, might be able to capitalize off of the low magic defense, as we also see Stone Cutting and Gaia coming out from Dharmic Killers. Do you think this Gaia on Destiny is just that good on King Arthur? Like, is he trying to match the sustain? Because I don't really see where it's going to get procced outside of an Ares ult.
I mean, it's like the whole Soul Eater King Arthur fiasco that we had in the beginning of Season 8. And even,
Right side.
Right side, thank you.
Oh, I thought they were going to go diving 3v2, sorry.
But, it's like, and even the end of Season 7, like, once Glad Shield got changed, the people, like, the King Arthur players were just looking for that sustain they always had with Glad Shield. And I don't think there's going to be any engage off this. Ares does ult,
But
he knows
Arthur
Ganesh
decides
speeds
to
are
come
down.
in as Ares ult comes out. Ganesh ult's going to trap the Ares inside. His prots are being reduced. Arthur is shredding him on the front line. Decides to ultimate at the sky, that max HP damage doing some work, and Ares is going to go down for the 4th time this contest.
They might look to go gold here, actually. They already got
That
Scorpion.
gold? 4v5 gold?
They're going to try.
They're starting it
Rama-
up. Cupid?
Rama does have ult.
Okay, Okay, Rom's probably gonna go for the steal here. Something we've seen Chino do time and time again. As Sukiel comes out, he's gonna shoot it, but it doesn't look
Oh,
like it quite hits.
they
Oh
stopped DPS
no!
so quickly once they saw that.
They didn't even need to. The ult wasn't even gonna reach. That is unfortunate coming out of Boony Gang.
And his purple's gone. That is sad.
So, we're 12 minutes into the game. It's 10-3. There's a 4K gold lead, and it looks like Dharmic Killers are starting to snowball by funneling this mid lane Camazotz pick. What does Boony Gang have to do to shut down this Camazotz? Because it just looks like he has too much safety. He's about to get beads. Like, how are they going to be able to peel him off the carries and kill him at the same time? As Rom Dash comes through, Camazotz is going to gain from behind. Keep it dash, keep it ult. They're just going to rip that Rom to shreds. That was just
I think
bad play.
that was just unfortunate. He didn't know Camazotz was there. And Erlong was even there too. They're gonna get this tower.
Even so, do you dash there? I mean, like,
If I knew
just,
Cupid
even though
was
you
up,
don't know.
that's a big no-no. Because if Cupid ult was down, maybe. But if Cupid ult's up, you just kind of, if you don't have your ult as Rom, you're just kind of killing yourself. You're gonna look to
And it
get
looks
tier
like they're
2.
gonna go for a push. Tsukiyomi wrapping it on the back. He's gonna Caltrops on a Cupid. Cupid dashes. He's gonna try stunning him here, but I think he's just gonna get picked himself.
Yep. Unfortunate.
That's gonna be the Shy Appendix ult coming through and just not being able to hit its mark. This is the second game in a row where he's been on a pick that I think he's a little bit uncomfortable on. We've seen him picks and bans. They've tried to dissuade him from playing these hyper carry picks, but Nuwal's getting dove by Camazotz and Ganesh. The ult comes through just for peel. Might be enough to dissuade, and it is.
I'm surprised they didn't just Ganesh ult and jump in, honestly. They've been playing like that all game.
Yeah, but props to them playing it safe, getting what they need to do, which is the Nuwa ult should be down for another 90 to 110 seconds because I don't know the actual timer.
We haven't seen the solo laners join any fights yet. And I think Boomy... Oh, wait, Boomy hasn't died yet. I thought he died once.
No, they've just been pillow fighting,
yeah,
man.
they've just been fighting. They're doing whatever. He's behind by a little bit, but I mean, he's still a higher level than anyone on his team. And I think he might be the changer for this game. If he can join a fight and before King Arthur does, then it's a 5v4 with an actually, compared to everyone else, he's just fed on his team. So hopefully he can join a fight soon.
We saw the Arthur rotate, wants to pick an Ares, which, I mean, at this point really doesn't matter. They're the same level, him and the Ganesh. But other than that, there really hasn't been much of a gank there as Cupid ult comes through, and I don't think Rom has beads up, but he decided not to ult the Cupid ult as well. He's just going to go for farm, and he's going to try to run away. Might be able to take this 1v1 depending on who hits the most autos, as it looks like the Rom is turning this around. He's ulting, Cupid's going to heal off hearts, but Rom's just going to snipe him anyways. Two come out and hit, but Ganesh ult off the mark. He's just going to keep fighting this. Cupid dashes in. He's going to turn on to Cupid! That's a 1v2 coming out of Chino Del Slay! He's going to go on to Ganesh, and it looks like he's not going to be a 1v2 in terms of kills, but he still gets to pick on to keep it all by himself, as it looks like poor Nuwa against a 4 dive comp is just going to go down. Sukiel comes through, it's going to rip through the Erlang Shen, but I think Suki's going down as Arthur absolutely obliterates him with Excalibur's Wrath. Does it look like Boonigan's going to get any more picks here? Guan's trying to dash out, trying not to die for the first time this game. He's not going to get to tower. Tower's doing a little bit of damage, but the dive is not coming through. That is a 2-for-1 in favor of Dharmic Killers.
Yeah, I really want to hype up Chino some more after that.
Please do.
He didn't even ult the Cupid ult. Like, he just knew it was gonna kill. Goes for the team fight. He had, I think he recognized that he had Devgons, and Cupid has really nothing for like lifesteal besides Death's Toll.
Fire Giant coming through. Cupid ults the Fire Giant. Ares is coming in. He might be able to get a sick ult into a Fire Giant knockup, but no blink means he has to take the damage. It looks like they're going to just drop it.
Are they going to pick
what
it back up?
Resilience.
Oh, they're not going to pick it back up.
That was some patience coming out of Dharmic Killers. That's what makes the difference between a good team and an average team, is being able to accept that you're not going to be able to get the objective, so you just leash it. As Boony Gang picks up Pyromancer here, they should secure it short of a Camazotz steal, but no steal coming through, and Boony is just going to take that W.
Yeah, they're slowly working their way back in this game. Laning phase was really rough with how many rotations that the Camazotz and Erlong were making together. But now that like actual team fights are happening, Boony hasn't been allowed to breathe just a little bit and allow them to come back a little bit. Camazot's
Yeah,
not
looks
even
like Camazotz
scared.
jumps onto the back line. He's gonna ult and just run away. Doesn't get any relics, doesn't matter. He's got enough cooldown on that ultimate where it's gonna be up by the next fight, hopefully. Does pick up a Heartseeker. Walk me through that.
I can't.
Oh, okay, because it feels like it scales off of the enemy's health, and the only health I see is the Guan, who hasn't been in any fights.
True. I mean, he's kind of just getting prepared for Guan to come.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I didn't even notice that Dharmic were just taking the Gold Fury and rotating onto this duo lane again.
Looks like another blink coming out onto Chino Del Slay. He's gonna manage to tank some of that damage. Teleport coming through. Ares ult as well. That should pull into Camazotz as he's gonna get ripped to shreds. That's a shutdown from Chino Del Rey.
They're gonna keep doing this fight. Suki ult going onto the Cupid.
Cupid should be dead here. Nua ult comes through. Ganesh is also zoned out. This is gonna be a 3-for-0 in favor of Boony Gang. What are they gonna do off the back end?
They need to do something. They need to either push that mid tower, push this left tower.
Just get tier 1s, you think? Just get some global gold, maybe?
It doesn't look like they're gonna go for fire, so I think they're just gonna go for these tier 1 towers.
Wow, that's the first time we've seen Davies be a little bit too aggressive. He didn't have ultimate up because he used it in the previous engagement. Boomy is just gonna blink onto the Yearling Shen. It looks like it's a zone blink. That's totally understandable. The wave's gonna come up as well, and Chino should be able to secure this tier 1 tower, but Arthur's gonna defend the mid lane one. So for that 3-for-0 fight, it looks like Boony's just gonna grab a 500 gold swing for them, plus the shutdown gold onto Davies, which went onto Chino. As you can see, the 2-level lead coming through. Looks like Chino's putting on the backpack. Oh, but Arthur ults Ares in the duo lane. He's gonna take a lot of damage here, and Erlang Shen is just gonna melt.
That's gonna have to be one thing that Boony Gang keeps in mind whenever they're trying to disengage, is that Ares and Nua and even what are we talking? Actually, what's his name? Tsukiyomi. There it is. They don't have like high movement. They're not gonna be able to disengage if Dharmic is just gonna keep running them down with King Arthur and Erlong, because they're just gonna chase him.
Right, and we talked about King Arthur last game as being a potential MVP pick. He's 3 levels ahead. He hasn't died. Neither is Guan, but that level lead is huge as Fire Giant's being started by Dharmic killers. It looks like nobody on Boony Gang is even aware. The only one close is Boomiaus, and he's doing the wave, but it looks like they might not have actually been doing it. They're just looking for a pick. I think they could have snuck that.
Yeah, but look at they wanted to get that wards, and that's just like, no one's gonna be able to be in the right jungle without Dharmic knowing now.
We see Erlang Shen getting a little bit aggressive in this jungle. They might try to pick Ares again. He's been a very easy target for this Dharmic killer squad, but that double physical defense might mean it takes a little bit longer. I do like seeing the stone cutting sword from Erlang Shen for that reason. But do you think maybe we see an executioner from somebody here?
I think someone should get executioner on Dharmic killers, and it looks like that might be what Erlong is going for. He's got stone cutting. He's gonna get executioner. I think. I would hope. And that, I think, is enough. I think Erlong is in the fight enough where that should help a lot, actually. And Raptor's going with that same Ichabal, Red Boots, Berserkers, and then going into Rage and probably Wind Demon again.
And speaking of Rage, Chino picks up a Rage as well, changing up the build a bit from the Fail Knot we saw last time. And last time he also got Chin's Fail Knot rather than Devourer's Gauntlets. Do you like seeing Chino's build versatility here compared to the Cupid doing the same build every game?
I think Chino's had a different build every game, and all of them have been like unique, whereas Cupid's just kind of stuck with this Death Toll Berserkers meta. And I think in the first game, I think Chino's build did a lot better than his one in the second game, but I do think this Rama with the Devgon's kin size is already powerful. It's really going to help him against these tanks and even this Camazotz who's going into a Soul Eater.
It's like Pyromancer as well is being started up by Dharmic killers, but they drop it. Another patient objective drop coming from them. Are we seeing patience, or are we just seeing lack of conviction?
Just blinked in.
Arthur blink ult to get the beats out of Nuwa. Excalibur's Wrath doing a lot of work, but he's got to get out of here if he wants to make it worth it. Dharmic pillars come out as well as Cupid ult as well, but Nuwa ult gonna come through and basically peel Dharmic killers off. That's a 1-for-2 trade in terms of ultimates. No relics except the beads from enemy coming down.
We got Yuri in chat saying he'd put money that he goes Rage Exy, and I think that's a pretty good build.
I like it. I think if you're doing crit, you need the pen to back it up. And speaking of backing it up, Ares has got to get out of here, man. He's about to get picked for the 6th time. Just a volatile pick, I think, in general. You really have to W key and group up with your team as an Ares. There's not a lot of point in being alone, I think.
Tsukumi's trying to sneak around the back here. I don't know if this ward saw him, but this ward, they know he's there now. I think they're gonna
pretending
turn
like they
on him.
don't know him. I think they're going for the secure. Fire Giant's getting low, but Suki's on the back line. Guan's trying to zone out the Arthur as Davies just destroys Chino Del Rey. Dharmic Killers is going to secure FG, and Suki's out of position.
Guan has to ult out, and I'm surprised Tsukumi's still alive. I thought they'd just instantly turn on him.
I think it's a good call. They probably saw him and just figured that they could secure the objective anyways, but looks like Nuwa wasn't there. She's going to try to split push this tier 2. I don't know, even with all that flat pen, if she's going to be able to do it, as Dharmic Killers is going to push down to tier 2 of themselves. Camazot's doing a lot of damage to the tower. Is that just the double flat pen we see coming out? Does the percent pen affect the tower as well?
It must. And there's also, he has the attack speed from Crusher as well. So, he really... Ooh, okay. He really... I think that was a lot more damage than I expected to the tower. And I think once they get to a Phoenix, if it's like a 5v5, Boony Gang might not expect it either.
That's very true. And speaking of things we don't expect, chin size coming through from Cruz. I don't think it's a bad item, but I would have liked to see the Executioner. Does that mean that we see the Xe coming out of the Cupid?
I really hope so. I think someone needs the Xe. Like, they're obviously doing well without it, but someone needs it. Like, on a team with 4 physicals.
I mean, I expected Shy Appendix to maybe build a bit of physical defense with the amount of physical damage that's coming out as tier 2 towers on both sides are probably going to go down shortly here. But it looks like the only physical damage items are 2 Contagions and a Sovereignty. So maybe they don't need the percent pen, like the global percent pens, so to speak. Maybe it's just enough to have a couple flat in their kit.
Yeah. And I do think Rama's actually going into the Xe now, that we're talking about it. So I think Yuri will be right. We also see Rapid going for a Wing Blade to maybe help him out a little bit with getting away. Dharmic Killers gets another Gold Fury. It's just overwhelming at this point.
And it looks like there's no anti-heal coming out from Dharmic Killers, despite Guan Yu picking up this Caduceus shield. It looks like he's the only person on his team besides Lifesteal Chino that's going to be healing. But do we still maybe want to see anti-heal, or are they just fine blowing up Boony Gang at this point?
I think if they're not getting anti-heal, their goal is to just focus one person at a time. Jump on the Rama,
Best
kill the
anti-heal
Rama.
is killing people. And speaking of builds, it looks like Arthur's grabbing a mid-guardian male, taking some advice from Pogba 1. That mid-guardian male seemed to absolutely rip apart Dharmic Killers. Do you think we're going to see sort of the same idea here, especially with the Tsukiyomi pickup who's going into tier 1 breastplate?
I think so. I think he just wants tank, because he keeps kind of like having to ult in. Because when you're getting dove as a Tsukiyomi, there isn't really anything you can use to get away. Meanwhile, Cupid ult coming out with Ganesh. What a combo.
That is just massive ultimates coming down and destroying Shy Appendix. He had absolutely no chance to get out of there, man.
Not at all.
What do you do against that?
I'm not even sure. And just like
Apparently
that,
not use relics.
the first rage stack of the game goes to Cupid. Neither of them have their rages stack right now.
But looks like it's not going to matter as he's getting a double backline dive. Ares all comes through, but only pulls the Ganesh. That's basically useless as 2 members on the front line are just destroying Chino and company. That should be a mid-Phoenix, and that could be game. It looks like 5v2. Ganesh Silence coming out. New minions aren't going to do enough, and Ares doesn't have much peel for it. It looks like Dharmic Killers are storming the base. This could be a game 3 going in favor of Dharmic Killers unless they can mount a defense.
They really need to do something special here. They've got Erlong, they've got Kamazos just running at the Titan. It's already at half.
There's
Ganesh
not many
almost
procs coming
dying.
just from the Phoenix being up, and Cupid does pick up Rapid Carnation, but enemy picks up
Tsukiyomi's
one,
back
picks
up,
up
though.
2. King Arthur is still trying to fight it, and Tsukiyomi picks up another one. That could be a deicide wipe for Boony Gang. It looks like a hot defense coming through as King Arthur and Cupid are low, but Enemy and Shy are going to chase. They have the movement speed. All he has to do is get a Caltrops. A stun coming in on Cupid. The pre-beads and Aegis. It's good
Nice.
for him, but Nuwa ult's going to finish 2. Triple kill coming out of Shy.
A clutch respawn by Tsukiyomi.
Wow.
Something I also noticed in that fight, so we were joking about the Midgardian mail, but it looks like Midgardian procs off of Suki's like enhanced basic attack things he has.
That's right, that's right. Makes it a bit difficult for him to move around.
Didn't really care about that last fight though.
No. And speaking of that last fight, that is what we call a tactical feed in the most genuine sense. You get picked in the right side jungle, you bait the enemy team to go under your Titan, and then by the time you spawn, they're already full of gusto, like, oh, we've got this game 3 in the bag, and Shy Appendix says, no sir, you do not.
Yeah, that was definitely all planned by Shy Appendix. He knew what he was
Pure
doing.
calculation.
And now they're trying to pick up this FG. They might just get King Arthur for free though.
I think Arthur's doing his job though by waiting for the enemy team for the rest of his team to get here. He is going to get pulled and killed,
Brilliant.
but that means that FG gets stopped. So 3 members of Dharmic Killers could possibly contest here with Titan being that.
They're gonna try and steal this. They're committing. The Dharmic Killers steal it with Ganesh though, and they take down Chino. It's not enhanced FG, so this isn't the end of the world, but if they get decided here, it will be. Oh my goodness.
I'm back.
Hello
And
there.
I missed a triple kill.
You missed a FG steal into triple kill, possibly a quadra.
Sorry I couldn't hype that up, but that is going to be a quadra kill for Davies, and if Pog Howard Pog is feeling generous, he could give him that Make-A-Wish Penta here.
I don't think he's feeling generous. He just wants to do one last
He's-
defense.
He's thinking in his head, alright, I got the 3, right? I can heal the Titan here a bit, maybe.
Low the
Get the
blinking.
dash on a Cupid. Oh, but Guan Yu's going to get absolutely melted here. And
Raptor
Kill,
takes
gonna-
the unofficial Penta away. How rude.
How rude. And the full damage build coming from Davies manages to secure them a win for this game. That's a 2-1 in favor of Dharmic Killers.
That
Back to
almost
the drawing
looked
board.
like Boony Gang could come back. But after the FG was stolen, it was just kind of like a falling apart.
As somebody who DC'd during that FG fight, walk me through what actually happened during that FG. Was Destiny's bait enough to get the rest of his team up?
So
or-
he actually died. And then Boony Gang just went right onto the FG right after. And just as it was getting down to like quarter health, Ganesh showed up and Kamazot showed up. And the Ganesh ult was just sitting on FG, taking it while Kamazot was fighting the backline. And I think Ganesh ult took it.
Wow. Well, what an absolute barn burner of a set. Going to all 3 games, that makes me just happy as a clam. And looking at those player damage numbers, I don't think that does Chino Del Rey the justice he deserves with how much I really thought he was doing that game.
Yeah. And I actually think Shy, it shows he did a lot of damage. And I think in the last probably 5 to 10 minutes, I think he did half of his damage in those last 5 minutes. He was doing
I think you're right.
very well.
Yeah, he really played the level 20 Suki well. Goes to show that he's definitely more of a teamfight jungler rather than this sort of lane pressure bully. But do you think that this loss from Boony Gang, because obviously it's a heartbreaker, right? When you go up game 1 and you lose the next 2 games, couldn't be me, but what do you think you look to fix like going into these future sets? Like, is it a drafting issue, is it a laning issue, or is it a teamfight issue, or a combination of?
I think in this game specifically, the issue was just the early game, how much pressure Dharmic Killers had with this double assassin comp, pretty much. They were doing really well just invading that purple buff on repeat, and they kept getting kills off of it. And that just kind of shut down any early game that Boony Gang was trying to have. And once team fights started, you kind of saw a little bit of life from Boony Gang, but the Camazots was so good at just kicking people while they were just alone.
Yeah.
But
Do you think we're gonna see more assassin mids coming from Davies in these future sets that they're gonna be playing? Or
yes,
do you think it's something where, like, you know, the set was just let through, or like they just do it when they're on the back foot?
I think he's going to continue to do this because even when he does play like mages, um, or like traditional mid picks, I should say, a lot of the times like he picked the Morgan. They banned the Morgan all 3 games today, but I'm pretty sure he would have picked it up because it has the same playstyle as an assassin, you know.
Mhm.
And he did so well on the Scylla too. I mean, he's just such a versatile mid. Uh, you can't ban him out.
Yeah, that's fair. I think a lot of teams going forward are going to have to take a long, hard look at how to play around the mid lane pick, because it feels like you're either playing to lose pressure, or you got to find a way to just not let Davies do whatever he wants for an entire set. Even in the games he's losing, he's performing very well.
Yeah.
Um, so maybe it's you pressure side lanes, but obviously Raptor is showing more and more that he can play so well from behind. Like, give him a hunter with a teamfight ultimate, and that's all he needs. He will use it at like the exact right time. It's incredible to see.
Yeah, I agree. If you were to pick an MVP for the entire set, what do you think?
Uh, my solo lane bias comes in, and I want to say Destiny, even though game one was a bit rough. But I think those last 2 games really showing um, what a fellow King Arthur main can do. But it's really hard not to give it to Davies, honestly. Like when you just see a KD like that, like it just kind of screams most valuable player. And they obviously played around him quite a bit. So I would definitely say probably Davies or Destiny for Dharmic Killers, but um, to give an MVP for Boony Gang, honestly, I thought Chino did really well. I thought
Yeah,
he was exerting a lot of duo pressure, and even in this game that he was losing, like he took a pretty sick 1v2 and came out alive.
and it does look like the Dharmic Killers gave their MVP to Destiny.
That's fair. Well,
I would totally
um,
agree.
yeah, have all my respect. I love seeing good King Arthur play. I love seeing blinks into 4 enemy players and ulting. I think that's a really cool way to play Arthur.
Yeah.
A very good bait and switch god. And do you know if we're doing interviews at all by chance?
Um, nope, I do not know. Do you
Fair
want to do
enough.
interviews?
Yeah, I don't mind either way. I think we can see if one of the Dharmic Killers people wants to hop in. I don't know where we do it though.
We can just hop in general or something.
Mhm.
Want to do interview.
Because I'm really just curious to see what their mentality is in the bounce back after game one, because game one was very, very close. Like that could have gone either way. Game two looked like it could have gone either way. Um, and game three may have been a bit more of a stretch.
Destiny's on his way. Alright, let's go to Jen.
Okay, on my way.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, buddy?
Hello,
Yeah, what's up?
hello, King Arthur, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be known as now. I'm just gonna be mini sub killer. Trust.
For real, man.
Mhm.
I absolutely love King Arthur. Um, so coming out of this win, right? Game one maybe didn't go your way. You guys were definitely
Yeah.
performing really well, but it was a really even game. Can you walk me through what your team's comms and mentality was going into that second game?
Okay, so the whole thing was we just said we didn't like how we played it because we were playing off of me, like we were playing all off of solo side, and then we just let Chino farm up, and we decided that wasn't the play. So then we just switched it up. The whole thing was we were just switching it up, and we're just gonna let me do what I feel like doing over in solo. And yeah, then we just sat over in duo lane, stole all their buffs, stripped them on farm, got the huge lead. Especially in game three, we had the huge lead because Kama.
Yeah.
But
I think
freaking,
it was really
stripped
noticeable in game 3 that I
think it was like 15 minutes of the game, and we just kind of looked at you and Guan. Neither of you had died. I think you had only rotated once at that point. You guys were just kind of chilling in solo lane while everyone just did their own thing.
It's just like, I can't kill Guan. That's really hard to do.
Yeah.
He just ults out, and he has an infinite sustain, and that's just boring. But I ended up having the level lead on him a couple times in the game in laning phase, because I was like slightly holding waves on him, but not completely, because he could just heal and then come back in.
So something that I think everyone has noticed over the past 2 weeks with your team is that, so obviously Davies is a jungle main, and he's really embracing that by picking these either assassin-like picks like Morgan, or he's just straight up picking an assassin, and you guys are just going like an invade meta.
Yep.
You guys are obviously practicing this. Are we gonna see this a lot more from you guys from now on?
I don't know if it's gonna be a lot. Just be what we've been doing. We've just been picking in game 3s usually is what we've been doing, but it's just kind of like there if we ever need it. Because if there's like a mage, like if there's no mage that's really good into freaking what they're playing, if they don't have like an escape or something, you might as well go it, because that's just free kills and free leads. And the snowball meta's really good right now. Like it's really easy to snowball. So if we just play off of snowballing, might as well just keep going with what the meta works.
So you said that normally you like just try and not do it, but game 1, did you just see that set open? You were like, okay.
Yeah, it was set open, and it was either gonna go to me or him. Because like that's probably my most played god, I believe. But he was like, I've been waiting for this day. So I was like, you can have it, buddy. But it's just, we didn't like how we played that game, and I think that if we played the game just how we played the other 2 games, I think we just win that.
Yeah.
We just can't let Chino get big.
Yeah, very, very close game 1, and even in your other games, Chino was either getting a lead or, you know, taking 2v1 fights. Like, obviously, he was a bit of a thorn in your side. What sort of, like, calm strategy were you implementing? Like, were you just trying to dive Chino that whole time, or did you have a bit more of a planned out strategy when it comes to the whole team?
The game we lost, game 1, the whole plan was just to kill Chino, but that didn't work out. Clearly, we lost the game. But so we're just going with whoever's out of position. Like the Ares in game 3, he was out of positioning a lot because Ares doesn't have any way to escape. So we're just like, yeah, we'll just kill him. He's right there, and I would just blink and knock him up and stun him or do anything, and he's just dead. And then we look for the next pick, or we pull the objective and bait. It's not really, we don't have a set target before the team fight always starts. We always just like, whoever's out of position, might as well kill them, because it's free.
Nice. Obviously, you worked very well coming into the latter half of your set. Do you think that going into future games that people are going to start trying to focus out your sort of assassin W key mentality, like especially with the sort of Erlang Arthur assassin combo you've got going? Or do you think you guys are going to sort of adjust your P's and B's sort of around what people are seeing right now?
I feel like if people start playing like super safe picks in mid, and like they just try to play super safe, and like the Jingwei pick was super safe or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, he still died sometimes, but when she didn't, it was bad. But we can just adjust how we play to how they pick. It's just like easy. I mean, if they want to pick a super safe comp, we can do the same, and then we can just see who's better that way. Or we can just hard dive them. It's whatever, we think is best for the exact time.
True. And congratulations on your win today. Definitely well deserved. You guys are sitting pretty good in the standings. Thanks for coming out and interviewing as well. I definitely thought that either you or Davies were MVP for that set, but your team definitely gave it to you, which I totally agree with. So thank you for coming out and showing your.
I heard.
Yeah, fellow King Arthur vein, man. I fucking love it.
No, you stick to the op watch, buddy.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks for coming out here, Link. We can see if maybe we can get a Boony gang member in here. I'm fine either way, though, if you want to cancel stream too.
Peace out, guys.
Peace out.
I do not mind getting someone in here. I'd like to grab Boomy personally, or Chino. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah or no? Everyone got off.
No problem. We can end there then. Unless,
Oh, everyone got off, but
Sorry.
that's a wild boomy.
I was just told about
time
this.
to freak out.
Oh, am I
Well,
being
You're
interviewed? I
being
guess I am.
interviewed, buddy.
Looks like you are
Oh.
now. But,
Someone told me go general, so I was like, okay. I don't know why.
well, welcome, Boomy House Pog. You had a lights out performance game one in this set. Would you do me a favor and walk me through what your sort of team fight mentality was going into game one? Because that was a very, very close game. I think it could have gone either way, but obviously you were a huge difference maker.
So game one, we went into the laning phase. We won some lanes, we lost my lane. But overall, I mean, we're a team fight team. We're very strong in the team fight because we have some of the strongest players on our team, and we kind of rely on their damage. So going into game one, when we were dancing around gold and we're dancing around fire, we felt like very super confident, because if I was feeling confident, then they felt confident, and we just kind of really felt the confidence in our fights. So it was once we got a pick or two here and there, it was just like, oh, we got this. Let's do this and this and etc. Like when getting a pick, it was immediately to the objective to make something happen on a tower or a phoenix or even go for the game. But it was just basically a fight around objectives for us.
That's fair. You guys definitely played that game one, that late game really well, focusing the set who's building full damage. Did you find that in game two and especially in game three with the Kamazots rather than the set, that it was just harder to dive Davies, or was it just a diving the backline issue in general?
And Davies is so incredibly good. He's just so talented. Getting a hold of him is impossible. Even game one, we're like, well, we're not worried about this or this or this. It's just Davies. Like, he could move around. Even in game one, he was scaring us. But game two, he came out with the mage, and he just put a lot of, damage numbers out. So, he definitely got us with the twist there in game two. Game three, absolutely. The cam pick was so good into the new and he tried as much as he could. And overall, we got Davies is very strong on the cam pick, but overall the assassins and the physicals on their team they liked the physical game and they played it very, very well. Some things we could fix, but that's for later.
Yeah. Speaking of, are you when you're looking at these future sets, like, are you looking to go back to the drawing board for some of these P's and B's and rethink some matchups, or do you feel pretty confident in the drafts you had? It was just an execution problem.
Game one, we felt very confident in just the overall team comp. We went in with good energy. Game two, I could kind of start to feel our drag just because we're a little tired. Oh, my team gets tired. We're just a tired team, Work all day, we play at night. But team game two, we kind of just like lost a little bit of motivation, I feel. But overall, my team, played their hearts out. And then game three, servers going down, and then us coming into game three, we were exhausted. I'm just putting this out there. We were just like, all of us were like, we were all going to go to bed actually, but then we got back on to play game three. So it was just like, okay, I guess we're going into game three. And game three, we had some ideas. We didn't know like what we truly wanted to go, and them counter picking our two big players on our team was very big, and shutting down either of them, or when we're not fully into the game itself, was very hard for us. And so game three, after a while, is just kind of like, well, we're going to try our best in our team fights because that's all we can do. But when we go back to the drawing board, I would say we're trying to build the comp that best performs around our damage dealers, of course.
Well, still, you guys had a brilliant set that was awesome to watch. We've had some really close QSL sets today. This is definitely going to be one for the highlight reel. Any final thoughts coming off of your most recent set and looking into the future?
Well, I personally got to work on scheduling this a little bit sooner in the day if it's possible, because like I said earlier, we're all exhausted, and so I think We can do it. We're a team that can do it. We've been practicing. We scrim. Just have our moments. Not everybody can shine every game, and so working on our games solo and working on how we all play just comes together as a team. And we've grown as a team, and we're still growing. So I'm excited to see what will happen in the future. We have opportunities. We have chances.
Good to hear. Any final thoughts, Link?
No, I do not.
Awesome. Well, with that, we can conclude our Dharmic Killers versus Boony Gang set. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and thank you, Link, for casting, and Boomy for coming onto this interview.
Thank you guys.